next generation of Detroit sports media is here. Crunch Time is back on Woodward Sports. Join Jeff Iafrate and Booner Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Taking Detroit sports coverage to the next level with massive interviews, viral moments, and the best live reactions. Get ready, Detroit. The young guns are taking over. Crunch Time on Woodward Sports.
We're back. It's Crunch Time here at Woodward Sports. 11 to 1 weekdays. Big day today. Dan Campbell, Drew Petzing speaking to the media during our show. So if you're tuned in, stick with us because we're going to be covering both press conferences and playing clips throughout the show. We'll talk some Tigers as well.
Yep.
It's a perfect day for it. Okay, and then we got player interviews later, which we'll get to tomorrow. But packed show today. I'm excited for it.
I'm excited to hear what Dan Campbell and Drew Petzing have to say, especially Drew Petzing. Last week they had Dave Phipp speaking to the media for OTAs, and I love Dave Phipp. He's a Crunch Time fan.
Shout out.
So we love Dave Phipp here. But I texted Easy. I said, I really have no questions for Dave Phipp.
Right.
Like, there's nothing I need to know on the special team side of the ball that I'm like dying.
Who's
this
the
offseason.
gunner's going to be?
Yeah. Like, we know what Dave Phipp is. Dave Phipp, in my opinion, one of the best special team coaches in the NFL. We know we're getting out of him.
Yeah.
We're good to go. I wanted last week to hear about Kelvin Shepard and Drew Petzing. We get Drew Petzing today, so I'm fired up for that.
Yeah, and this is people have been clamoring for this. Drew Petzing, Caleb.
I think it was a couple years ago. Like we were with the FIP when they changed the kick return rules. Like everybody wanted to hear what FIP had to say.
Yeah.
Like his press conferences during OTAs were important, but now it's like we wanted to hear if J-Mo was going to do it.
Yeah, like
but
KG
now
said,
it's
the
like,
gunner.
now it's like,
who is
yeah,
it?
now it's like, okay.
No, we do kind of need to know who the kick returner going to be because Grant Stewart last year, all due respect,
to
Grant Stewart,
and
he
Khalif
runs
is
in
gone.
a straight line. Like, come on now.
Yeah, Khalif Raymond gone as well. So
Yeah.
it's like, who's returning punts? Like, I think we know it's going to be Greg Dortch. So, like,
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's information that media probably can see at practice as well.
Maybe Kendrick Law? Maybe.
Yep.
that's actually that's a sleeper, I think, at that.
Yeah.
But we didn't get to the FIP last week. We didn't get to even hear that last week. So it's like, shout out
Ain't
to
nobody
FIP,
trying to hear that. Yeah, shout out Dave Phipp, but it's just special teams. It's like,
Yeah. It is what it is.
I thought we were going to get a Dave Phipp podcast because he was asking the boys, how do you guys upload podcasts? How do you do this? And we were like, told us, like, are you about to do a podcast?
You want to know what the real special teams is like?
Yeah, he's telling us like stories off air.
Let's get Tampa Lions Club in the chat. Petzing makes one bad call. They're going to be screaming for Kafka from the rafters.
Yeah, they are.
It's going to happen, but I think you got to give him time. I don't even think it's like they give him time. He's going to be fine. Drew Petzing's going to be just fine.
Yeah, there's going to be bad plays.
Yeah. Even the best OCs, like Andy Reid's had bad calls.
Bro, Ben Johnson's third quarters as a Lion?
Oh, my gosh.
Come on, man. Don't do that. So.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about Drew Petzing. The only thing, honestly, today I was interested to hear about Drew Petzing was I texted the doc because I said, hey, if you have any way to ask these questions, one, ask about what's the kind of the usage going to be between a Jahmyr Gibbs and Isaiah Pacheco. Like, where's that role for Pacheco going to be, and where has that been the first 2 weeks? And then, obviously, the offensive line. I just want to know where that's at. Do we think we can get back to 2024? So those are kind of the two things with Drew Petzing I'm interested to hear about.
Yeah. Isaac Tesla, what he's kind of. I mean, it is a pajama party, so you can't really ask like some of those questions. But just thoughts on Isaac Tesla. Maybe we'll get to find out more stuff about that. The new O-line, like you mentioned before, and for the sickos out there that are looking to replace Jared Goff every single freaking year, throw out a Luke Altmaier. Why not? All right, throw him out there.
Mobile golf.
And what do you think about?
He will have 2 plays throughout this whole
crazy.
season in which he gets designed runs for.
Can we just clear this up quick, like early? We can do this now. What is it? It's June 4th.
Yeah.
No one in this room is going to be doing what they did with Hendon Hooker about Luke Altmaier.
Oh,
correct?
come on now.
No, we're not doing that.
Of course people are going to do it.
I root for him I want him to be the backup.
I just want to make sure that, like, I've done a show with you for a long time, Jeff. The Hendon Hooker stuff had me concerned.
You drafted him.
Yeah,
in the
he was a
third
Brad
round.
Holmes draft.
But what if Luke Altmaier goes out there in the preseason and throws for 3 touchdowns and runs for 2?
People will be on that train.
That's what I'm saying. I just want to make sure in this room we're not out here.
I believed in a third-round pick that a very, very good talent evaluator selected. That's what my thought process was.
Okay, that's fair. I just
fair?
want to make sure I don't want to run back this.
Luke
this
Altmaier was an
thing.
undrafted free agent who's 6 foot, and I'm just gonna keep
put
it
up
that.
numbers.
He did put up numbers, but yeah, if he could be the backup, cool. But no, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. The Tigers are doing it though. What's going on this month, man?
Can I? By the way, I was thinking about the Tigers today because they've won 3 straight, obviously. I need to figure out like the vibe going into this
The hell?
next month because, guys, realistically on Twitter, right? And we know how Twitter is. It's not a real place.
Are they saying Pride Month save the Tigers?
Well, the heavyweights were saying that, which is incredible. But my thing is this is like a real conversation to have. Trade deadline, what is it, August 3rd, right? Mm-hmm. Where, like, I see people on Twitter being like, hey, they won 3 straight. There might be a time where if they catch back up and get within 4 games of the division, or if they're within 3 games of the wild card, do you start turning into that situation where you go, hey, we're not selling anymore? Like, we're fully not selling. And then the reports today, which we just put out on Woodward Sports, that Scott Harris, reportedly, teams are reaching out to the Tigers, seeing if the Tigers are selling, and Scott Harris is telling teams, we're not selling right now. So it's like my question to the people in the chat, and then obviously our Tigers guys here, KG and Caleb, my question is, like, when it comes to these next 2 months, when you're about to get to that August 3rd trade deadline, where do you feel comfortable with this Tigers team being of saying, hey, we're not going to sell? Because I think that has to be a discussion no matter what, because they're probably not going to be 13 games under 500 August 3rd. My guess is they're going to work their way back a little bit. But, like, to me, asterisk, number one thing in this whole conversation, no matter what happens, you're selling Tarek Skubal.
Yes.
You're trading Tarek Skubal. Like, you can get something for him. If you can keep the roster you have currently now, and you can get another maybe pitcher, a starting pitcher for the Skubal trade, and then some young bats, I think no matter what, I've heard people on Twitter arguing about this, like, why would you sell Skubal? Why would you do this if you could be a World Series? Even if you make the playoffs, you're probably not winning a World Series. You just sell Skubal, no matter what. Bro. If you're tied in the wild card, you sell Skubal.
And you know what? I know my Tigers so much. They might make a miraculous run. They might get within 3 to 4 games of that wild card, and then they'll make the decision to not sell. We won't make the playoffs, and then Tarek Skubal walks for nothing. I'm really just down on this team. Even though they took 3 games from the Rays, all that is great. But it took you 3 games to go up 1 game from having the worst record in the MLB as of right now. So they still got a long hill to climb. I'm personally of the thinking that you've dug too much of a hole for yourself at this point, because even when Skubal comes back, he doesn't swing a bat. So you're really relying on your offense to go out there and kind of carry you. And Skubal's going to do what Skubal's going to do, especially knowing that he's probably getting traded or he's going to another team. He's going to do what he has to do. I think it's a lost cause at this point. You've lost too much ground, and getting nothing for Skubal is like that's malfeasance to me almost.
Yeah, well, that was my question, Booner. Is like, well, you kind of just answered it. Is selling Tarek Skubal? Is trading Tarek Skubal considered selling? I think you should do that regardless, kind of whatever position you're in. But one thing that's terrible as a general manager to do, and the Tigers have kind of done it these past few years, especially under Scott Harris, is not fully committing to a side. You can't do a soft sell or a soft buy. Like, let's say you're 7 games below 500 by August 3rd, which is the trade deadline, and you're 5.5 out of the wild card. I think that's a hard sell. And what I mean by hard sell is you're looking at trades to trade away Gleyber Torres. You're looking at trades to
Casey Mize, maybe.
Casey Mize, another arm. Like, you have to pick a side. You can't do soft either way.
No, I disagree.
But then you're a directionless team.
No, you're not.
You are.
You're not. Listen, when you're hey, one side or the other, that means you're either saying, hey, you're all in to go. If you don't sell anyone, you keep everyone and you roll with it. Or number 2, you're sitting there going, hey, we're selling. We're going to do a whole reset here. You don't need it. This roster, you don't need to do a reset. You're at a point where you don't fully need a reset.
Why? We're 13
you have.
games
You are, but if you
start, realize how bad this roster.
If you start winning,
is.
say you start winning games and you get you get 5 games under 500. There are a lot of pieces on this roster still. If you somehow if you get rid of Skubal and you add more pieces to this, and then when you come around to the offseason and free agency, maybe you add some more, maybe make a couple trades. Like, I don't think this roster is fully dead in the water.
I can count on 3 or 4 fingers the amount of actual legitimate pieces that that we have.
But like Gleyber Torres going forward, you would want him on your roster.
No.
Why not?
Because he's a contact hitting second baseman that plays minus defense. I'm a Gleyber Torres fan. He's a veteran on this baseball.
So this is where I disagree. I think you can roll forward with getting rid of Tarek Skubal. You can add more pieces to this roster. Keep Riley Green
and do what?
And keep Gleyber Torres. And then next year you make a run at it.
No,
you're a better team, but there's no hard reset to where you're like, hey, sell everyone. We're all out.
No, that's not
like,
what
I don't think you realize the
gravity
of trading a Tarek Skubal. He is the reason that the Tigers, when he left, this team just hit a nosedive because he was the one that was stopping the bleeding. He is the one that can go out there, and I guaranteed I'm only going to give up 1 or 2 runs in this game, and I have a chance to win that game every time he steps on the mound. He is that impactful. When you lose a guy like that, and you got some of these pieces like Jack Flaherty, Casey Mize, who's having a great year but has been injury prone, and don't even get me started on the hitting lineup. You got guys on this hitting lineup that shouldn't even be in the major leagues. Like I think you have to do a hard reset once you trade Skubal because this team doesn't have a direction at that point. You're not going to go anywhere. You're not.
And when I say hard sell, Booner, it's not like you're not trading anybody outside of your core. I think that's what that's Riley Green, that's Dingler, that's McGonigal, and right now I'd say that's Troy Melton. Like those are four guys.
People.
Those are 4 guys you don't trade. Like when teams like look at like the Nationals, like if a couple years ago when they were hard selling, like they didn't trade away their actual core pieces, but there's only 4 guys that are legitimately untouchable on this roster right now. So like even a guy like Colt Keith, yeah, he's young, like he could be a part of this core, but that's a guy you could look at where he might need a different team to play for because he's not getting it done for the Tigers. And real quick, we got a super chat from Sideless. Shout out for the $5. He said, if the Tigers are that close, then they need to buy at the deadline, not sell Skubal, unless they use Skubal to buy and make the playoffs. That'd be wild.
But my thing is close to what? Close to being bounced out of the divisional round again?
Well, they're not going to listen. They're not going to win the World Series. Like they're not close to winning a World Series. But if you can take kind of the structure of this team and hold that together and also add pieces to it with the Skubal thing, like I think there's a value of still having some of these players on this roster, even outside of those 3 players. Like, all right, those 3 players are safe. Everyone else is a sell. Like that's where I get like, hey, you still need a team going forward because if you have those 3 players like a Riley Green who's entering his prime, then like going forward, it's like you're just wasting that with Riley Green because you're going into another 2 or 3 year rebuild.
Okay, then
and that's where I think it's like, hey, you don't need to fully go into a rebuild, but you can keep Casey Mize, extend him, and he's a part of that with Troy Melton. Like he's a part of your rotation. It's not about just being like, hey, just sell everyone and let's just restart. You have some good pieces. Like you have a good foundation right now.
Who outside of the guys I named?
Those are you build off those guys. But if you wait another 3 or 4 years, if you hit a full reset and wait another 3 or 4 years, Riley Green's going to be like, I'm leaving. Like I want out.
You're doing that anyway, and I don't even know if they want to keep Riley Green. You
do not have to do that. You don't have to do that. If this team starts clawing back, and hey, they just had a bad month of May, and they start clawing back, Kerry Carpenter's back, Gleyber Torres is back, Javi gets back, guys start coming back.
Overvaluing the pieces.
No, I think you're undervaluing some of these pieces.
Even somebody like a Riley Green, who is great, like his numbers top 5 in the AL at his position, great. He's no Aaron Judge. He's no somebody that's going to change games for you. He's been hitting the cover off the ball, and the Tigers have still been losing. Besides this week.
All right, so then at this point, then just sell everyone then.
I'm cool with that.
Sell everyone. Even your young stars, Riley Green, everyone. That's what you're saying.
No, that's not what we're saying.
That is. You're saying a hard reset.
I just said everybody outside of the course.
I know you said that, but to that point, if you're hitting a hard reset, everyone's on the table. That's what a hard reset in franchise is.
A hard reset.
It's selling everyone.
It's trading those veterans that you don't trade your core. Those 4 players that I named, you don't trade. Outside of that, everybody's on the table.
But some of those guys are in their Riley Green's in his prime. Like, what are you going to do? Wait another 5 years for Riley Green?
Do you think the veterans around him right now?
Do you think in 5 years,
Gleyber Torres and these veterans around him right now are good enough complementary pieces for Riley Green?
Not all of them, but you can still use some of them. You don't just get rid of everyone.
Who are you keeping then out of the veterans that we
Gleyber
have?
Torres.
Why?
Why wouldn't you? The guy just came in for you. You're going on this win streak because the guy just came back in and is hitting well.
Gleyber Torres is just a guy.
He just lit the fire under this team when he got back.
He's good for the Tigers. He's just a guy in terms of the MLB landscape. He is just a guy.
So, Booner, okay, then, okay.
Sell everyone. It's at this point, you guys are just sell everyone.
Torres is not.
Yes, it is.
No,
that's the mindset.
I'm more in line with you because you are headed for nothing.
That's at least KG.
You're trying to keep
I respect
that.
I respect the KG. You at least admitting, hey,
no,
it's
I'm
either a hard reset, dude. You don't just be like, well, there's 5 players. No, if it's a hard reset, a guy like Riley Green, go get something for Riley Green. Then if you're gonna hit that, but Caleb, you keep him. You're not winning anything for the next 3 years.
But Caleb is also going off of the Tigers are probably going to keep Riley Green.
They are, but they're
going to try to keep this facade that they're competing, but you are not.
Okay,
you're not even.
So KG, you see where I'm coming from. It's either, hey, if you're going to have that facade, at least keep some of these guys. Get rid of Scooble and try and build off that.
The problem,
but if you're going to hit a hard reset, hit
a legitimate team.
Hit a hard reset. Hit one. If that's what this Tigers team needs to do, then do it. And go all in on doing it. Kevin McGonigal, safe. Dylan Dingler, safe. Everyone else, okay. Like, Riley Green's in his prime. So for the next 4 years, as you hit a hard reset, you're wasting the guy's prime. For what? To lose constantly?
Like, yeah, we're losing right now, man. We're 13 games under 500, right, so we're losing right now.
We got. By the way, we got Dan Campbell stuff. There's breaking lines, we got to move on.
Right. See what happens when we talk Tigers, man.
There's breaking lines.
It's supposed to be a good Thursday.
Let's go to break. We get back. We'll get to some of that and breaking news coming out of OTAs. We already have some stuff coming out now. Unfortunate news.
Talk.
We'll get to it.
That was fun.
Before we do that, I got to tell you about our friends over at Planet Fitness. It's the gym. It's the gym. I don't have to say more than that. I just got my membership recently, and I've been going there. It's awesome. There's locations everywhere. I actually hit the one in Royal Oak, but you can go anywhere, all across. There's over 2,700 clubs nationwide. And if you get a black card, you get all the amenities that come with it. So check out Planet Fitness. Shout out to them. And it's only $24.99 a month. We're all stronger on this planet. Planet Fitness.
Dan Campbell is in redemption mode.
No, make no mistake. It's not revenge he's after. It's a reckoning.
And Woodward Sports is here to cheer on the Detroit Lions every snap. Don't miss a moment of Detroit Lions coverage. Follow Woodward Sports on all social media platforms now.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Some days call for light, others lean bold. What about everything in between? All Day IPA, the easy choice for every day. Citrusy, crisp, refreshing. Flavor you can float with. Light on the hops, big on refreshment. One's great. 2, even better. Brewed with you in mind. No shortcuts, no fuss. Big on flavor, never too much. All Day IPA. Hop into easy.
Planet Fitness now has even more best-in-class strength equipment. Join today for $1 down and save.
We're stepping it up.
We're not slowing down.
Finding new faith, new focus.
Love that new equipment smell.
So, you in?
Join the club today. Save when you join for just $1 down, $15 a month. Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet.
Jameer Gibbs, breakout season, loading.
Inside the 5, Gibbs to the end zone, touchdown!
Woodward Sports, the most dominant Detroit sports coverage around.
Let me tell you about our friends over at Pure Psychiatry. It seems like last segment the boys were yelling at each other. Maybe they need Pure Psychiatry.
Stress.
It's healthy for everybody, no matter who you are, male, female. It's sometimes easy to bottle up those feelings, but Pure Psychiatry allows you to heal. All right, and speak to somebody because that's important. We got 16 locations in Michigan, 2 in Ohio. They make getting help accessible. So please visit the website purepsychmi.com for more information. We're back. It's crunch time here on Woodward Sports. We got more to get to. Detroit Lions OTAs. Dan Campbell speaking to the media. We got quotes already coming out. We're going to play some of those clips, so don't you worry. But we got unfortunate news, massive
brutal
news. Detroit Lions rookie tears his ACL, Kendrick Law. It's unfortunate.
I
very,
just brought
very
him up, too.
unfortunate.
That's insane.
It's tough, dude. Like, literally 4 minutes ago, KG said, hey, maybe a punt returner, and he tears his ACL.
Damn, man.
That he too, by the way, like he's a weapon. Like,
yeah.
There's a reason that he got drafted and they liked him. So that's like you hate to see, especially out of OTAs, and he's out for the season. It's not like it's hey, maybe he gets back in time for this. It's one of those injuries where takes him out for the season. I think a lot of people were excited to see what he was able to bring, especially with Khalif Raymond leaving that spot, that Greg Dortch. What's his name that we just got from the Cowboys?
Oh, Cedric Wilson.
Cedric Wilson
Yeah,
and Kendrick Law, like
Body.
You're right.
and Kendrick Law, those were the guys though that we all thought were like, hey, competing for that special teams body, and now all of a sudden,
damn man.
Yeah, it's really more unfortunate for him. I don't think it. I mean, I mean this with respect. It doesn't really affect the Lions.
No,
that
of course,
much.
but
it is unfortunate for him because it was his rookie season, you know, and it's not just the injury; it's also missing all the improvement, the working out. Like that's the stuff he misses out on. I mean, was he going to play a lot? Probably not. But
ass rake.
Yeah, exactly. That's another. Yeah, if you're constantly rehabbing, it's hard to get better. That's a simple fact. We got some Dan Campbell quotes. Caleb, fire him away. What do we got? I think this first one's on him with Myles Garrett, reacting to the Myles Garrett trade, I believe.
Yes.
Let's play it.
The Myles Garrett trade, just what was your first reaction to that?
Yeah, I mean, good for them. You know, I mean, they've won it now, right? I mean, so, yeah, I had none. I mean, he's a hell of a player versus hell of a player, you know, and they're two totally different players. But you know, that was what they felt like they needed to do, and good for them, man.
I understand. Like he said, oh, Dan's so funny when he does that.
They won it now.
They won it now. Which, by the way, like it's not just Dan that's saying that. The fans say that too. They're like, "Oh, we'll just give them the Super Bowl." No, I will not be saying that because they still have to earn it.
Absolutely.
Injuries can happen. I've seen great teams. We've all witnessed great teams. I mean, we can go back to the biggest example, the undefeated Patriots, until they were defeated.
Fluke.
So
Still
stuff like that. Yeah, like there's going to be definitely moments in football where the better team doesn't always win. Injuries occur. You still have to go out there and play the games. Like that stuff, I'm not even interested in having that conversation. That's not what the conversation's about. It's about GMs that are willing to be a little more aggressive to try and win a Super Bowl. That's really it. So it's funny when Dan says that. I find it hilarious, but it's really the same sentiment fans are saying. It's like, you guys are hyping up the Myles Garrett trade. The Rams, okay, give them the Super Bowl then. You know, they still have to play football. We'll see how it goes. It's like, guys, if the Rams lose, and let's say they don't win a playoff game, or they win a playoff game then lose, whatever happens, they don't win the Super Bowl, I'm still going to come up here and be like, hey, man, I respect what Les Snead did. Okay. Did they fail? Yeah, absolutely they did. But it doesn't mean being aggressive and making a trade like that isn't something that I think GM should be able to do. Like, I love it. So, love that by Dan there. It doesn't really faze him, nor should it.
It should definitely, especially if you're supposed to be in that category that for Dan. Like Dan, at the end of the day, like Dan's not the one making these moves either. No, that's Brad Holmes. So Dan's just like, hey, I'm gonna work with the dealt die or the hand that I was dealt. Right, like that's what it was. That's why we always said, and Jeff and I talked about this for a couple months. And obviously there was the report of like, hey, is there tension in the room with Dan and Brad? I don't think that was like the wrong report. Like if you looked at the last 6 years, Dan and Brad probably. If you had to pick a year that there might be tension when both of their jobs, they just missed the playoffs, both of their jobs may be a little bit warmer, I think people are looking at that, and Dan's probably like, hey, Brad, like we need offensive line, right? I need an edge rusher. I need some help. So, like, yeah, I don't know if it's like bad tension, but I think it's the tension of like, hey, we got to get this thing going because I just missed the playoffs because I didn't have depth with injuries.
Once again, I go back to Dan Campbell's like off-season comments. If you paid attention to his comments, he's kind of been more on the, hey, I want guys in here. I want competition.
And that's why I don't think that they're like when people say that there was a fake report that there was tension. Like, no, I think there actually was a little bit. And I don't think that's like a crazy thing.
As it should be.
And Lions fans were mad that got put out there and they're like, oh, you guys are lying. Like, no, like that felt like it was a real thing because you missed the playoffs.
Yeah.
And the team just wasn't good enough when it comes to depth. And I think with Dan here setting up here, like, that's I think the best mindset for a head coach to have, like the sarcastic comment of like, oh, they just won the Super Bowl, didn't they? Like Dan knows it's anyone's game. He's been in this league long enough for 20 plus years that he knows with injuries, with anything, anyone's has an opportunity to win a Super Bowl if you have the right roster. Which again, that's why last week I said, hey, this is still. I look at this team as a contending team because of the roster that they have built. Now, obviously, the Rams are a little farther ahead because of the roster. But again, you still have to go out there and do it to that point. And that's where I think Dan's mindset. And he has to get that. Like his job is to get that mindset in the building for everyone.
Yeah.
Like Jared has to have that mindset because Dan, and it starts from the top with Dan Campbell
that's
and
leadership.
The coordinators. And him stepping up to the media today and actually saying that, like, hey, they still have to go play football.
Yeah, you still got to lace them up, which is true. And you still got to stay healthy. I believe the biggest common denominator, you could talk about Super Bowl champions and talent and everything that goes with that. A big common denominator is health. Super Bowl teams are healthy. So for the Lions, if you want to win a Super Bowl, you do need talent and you do need a good coaching staff and you do need a little bit of luck as always, but you need to stay healthy, and that's part of the luck. I mean, 100%. Health is the big. I think the Lions, if you look over the last couple of years, they're up there in all time, like the highest amount of injuries in the last couple of years, and a lot of them the 15-2 season happened. But even this last year, like you just got to stay healthy. I know this Kendrick Law stuff. Like again, his role isn't going to be significant, but it's just like I know people just cringe because they're like, oh no, we just can't lose
already.
Guys.
And OTAs it started.
And he did give an update about Kerby Joseph as well, which we'll get to. I don't know if you have that clip yet.
I'm getting it.
Okay. I'll say this too: the Kerby update. I just kind of
that's
saw
a part of the
quote,
injuries.
That little tease ahead to that video does not feel like it's a great update. And I know we all were like, and that was I think KG, me and you were on the same page where we see Kerby out and about. Like he looks more like Kerby, where in the last year he was kind of a little bit more, held back, and he wasn't in the media a ton because obviously he was going through a lot with that injury, and it felt like recently he's been more active. And they did say, hey, he's not going to be practicing in OTAs. Everyone knew that. But the update from Dan, it doesn't give me confidence that Kerby's like a for sure this year. Like, oh yeah, we got Kerby Joseph back. Yeah, and that's an issue.
Absolutely,
that's a massive issue because you already don't have Brian Branch confirmed until what? Probably November. And that's there's no like, hey, Brian could get back in September. Like the guy, it's his Achilles.
And I hate to be this guy. It's one of the guys you paid.
Yeah. And that's one of the guys you paid. And that was like with the knee injury thing with Kerby. I was always a little like sus in the situation where it was like, when did they find out about the knee? Did they find out after? Or like, I don't want to
answer that because I haven't answered that, but I want to answer that after break.
But isn't that's like, I think that's a thought where it's like, that's weird.
I'll give an answer to that after break. We'll talk about the Kerby stuff. But before we do that, I got to hear about our friends from Thrive.
Let me tell you guys about Thrive. You know who needs Thrive right now? I think Kerby Joseph. Most people think of energy comes in a 16-ounce can full of sugar and neon-colored liquid, but you do know better. It's time to upgrade your game with Thrive energy pouches. It's not your daddy's dip or Dan Campbell's dip. It's a tobacco-free, nicotine-free mental powerhouse. It has 300 milligrams of clean and smart caffeine, which has alpha GPC, L-theanine. You don't have any jitters or none of that crashing, sugar crashing, none of that. You don't have any of it. Thrive can be found online at dipstop.com, and you can use our promo code WSN for 15% off your entire order, and they're exclusively at all Market Fresh and Market Square locations. It's Thrive, man. Clean energy, zero distractions. They just effing work.
Game is won in the trenches, and our big fellas don't mess around. The Woodward Heavyweights on Woodward Sports.
Thrive energy pouches give me the energy and clarity to find and beat the shit out of every opportunity that shows its face.
Live and direct, I'm back on set action. Create the wave, we cannonball splash 'em. Mic cord swinging, get your head chopped. Point blank, dead stop. 16 bars in a headlock.
Thrive energy pouches are for the people who actually want to win, not for the crybabies out there who are happy with a participation award. There's zero sugar, so give Thrive a try.
Go.
Wake you up every Monday through Friday on Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports. That's right, Big D Energy has moved to mornings. Get your morning dose of Neil's tone and Sean's insanity. Weekdays 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Two Detroit sports legends coming together for the best Detroit sports morning show there is. Big D Energy, waking you up weekdays on Detroit's #1 sports network.
All right, let me tell you about Mortgage Pros. If you're looking for a career upgrade, check out Mortgage Pros, the #1 mortgage broker to work for in the state of Michigan. We saw their incredible company culture firsthand at their annual block party last week. You guys all saw that with the Braylon Edwards show. Their team truly loves what they do, and it shows. With the 4.9 stars on Google and over 4,000 reviews, the reputation, it speaks for itself. So if you're looking for a new job, give Mortgage Pros a call in Troy at 248-416-1361. It's Mortgage Pros. Let the pros handle it.
We are back. Crunch time, Woodward Sports, 11 to 1 weekdays. we got more content to get to here. Kerby Joseph, and I just sent you it, by the way, Caleb. Right, so you can get that video. But essentially, it's Dan Campbell giving an update on Kerby Joseph, the injury. And I know it's been a conversation. It was reported during last week's kind of OTAs. He was, I don't know if moving around, looking a little gingerly is the right way to say it, but he didn't have a sleeve, I think, on the knee. But he was not participating. He was just kind of helping out, coaching some guys through drills. High spirits, from what I've heard. So at the time, you're like, okay, we'll see what happens. Well, Dan Campbell was just asked about it. So do you have it, Caleb?
Yeah, the Kerby?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Let's get to it.
Go.
Let's hear from Dan Campbell on Kerby Joseph.
With Kerby, it's a little bit different than maybe an ACL or Achilles, where you've got like this very clear timeline and a lot of data to work from. Just based on what you know through the process he's taken this offseason, whatever specialist he might see, what is your confidence level that you're going to be able to get, Kerby Joseph, what you expect out of him this season?
Yeah, really, I don't know. I honestly do not know. I know this, we've done everything we can do, and he's done everything he can do to this point, and we are trying to be as smart as we can and not push this until we absolutely have to, because once we've done that, then we'll know one way or another. And it's not worth it right now. We're just slowly building, continuing the strength in there. He's getting treatment. He's done some of these different things at different places to try to help. So I feel good about that. I feel good about that we've done everything we can, and so is he. And so we won't know. I mean, honestly, we probably won't know until we get into the thick of training camp.
There's a lot of
That's got to be one of the most unsure answers I've ever heard. That sounds terrifying.
I'm not going to lie. That was the last thing I wanted to hear.
Yeah.
The fact that, and you know what makes it worse, is that Dan's like, we've done everything we can. Kerby's done everything we can. And, dude,
it's a waiting game.
If he played half of last year and he was playing at a high level and something just kind of happened with his knee, and you're like, oh, no, then I would have been like, okay, with the OT. He missed basically the whole season. And no one knew when he was going to come back. And now all of a sudden you're in the offseason, you would think, okay, the amount of time that he missed, that he would be healthy again, because it wasn't like it was an ACL tear. It wasn't like it was like an Achilles. It was like, obviously, the bone and the cartilage situation in his knee is flaring up. That's the issue. That worries me that we're sitting at OTAs, he's not back, and they're saying, and Dan's being like, I really have no clue.
They won't know to the thick of training camp, which tells me you're not getting him back for at least half the season.
You have no clue.
Well, what that means, too, is like we're just going to kick the can down the road.
Yeah.
We don't know until training camp, and then training camp comes. We won't know until the season.
Yep.
Like, you don't know how to answer the question. It's tough. I mean, it's a brutal situation to be in. The fact that he's like, well, the thing I'm sure of is we've done everything we've done, like you said. That's concerning. Like, and I feel bad. Like, and you know what? Kerby Joseph, if you're watching this, the Lions need you, brother. You got to get back on the field. Okay, you flip games with your ability to get turnovers.
But y'all know he loved the game.
And we saw how this thing occurred last year, okay, without you. So, Kerby Joseph, I'm not a doctor, okay?
Please come back.
Any doctor that sees this, please fix Kerby Joseph. The football gods, please fix Kerby Joseph. They need him so bad. They do.
Super want to be out there, man. It's just it's tough. It's unfortunate.
So what's the thing too? Because like they did sign him to a contract, and obviously there's probably outs. There's all these things to it, but like they sign him, and then really right after they sign him, there's the knee situation. And again, I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, the Lions knew, but it's not like it was a situation. Again, it's not like it was like, oh, he signed ACL tear right after this. When you do a physical. And we could probably ask Braylon about this. When you go to a new team and you do a physical, they check everything. Knees, like they check like you have to do a conditioning test.
Yeah.
Literally everything. You have to do it all. So the fact that it's like this came up, like you should have known when you gave him a massive contract that this was an issue. And it's like, hey, it sucks to not give a guy a deal that he probably has earned.
Right.
But if there is a medical red flag, then you're out. Like,
and maybe it was one of them things where the first opinion or two that they got said, hey, it won't progress any worse. And then he got out there on the field and found some way to progress it and make it worse. So, because I know the Lions to be, like, they're not a dumb organization. I don't think that they would sign somebody with this big of a red flag injury-wise. I think it was something that they thought they knew.
Yeah.
And then once he got on the field, like, stuff can change. So, it's unfortunate. But you are on the hook for this money. So it's really tough, man. And you don't want to force him out there before he's ready, because that can, in turn, he's playing with his career at this point.
Yeah, I'll play the other side here, because I think the way that Brad Holmes handled the contract is set up in a way to where he kind of knew what he was dealing with.
Yeah.
Like, there was uncertainty. They can get out of the contract. Like, the contract it's like Fugazi, kind of.
It really is.
Like, if you really dive into that Kerby contract, I was talking to Justin Rogers about this, because, like, I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm a cap guru, okay? So I talk to people that are way better at this than I am. And the way Justin was describing it is like that the contract is set up to where Kerby, it's like a win-win. Kerby can say, I'm the highest paid safety. But on the flip side, Brad, if they can get out of the contract.
I mean, they have voids all the way to 2033, and it's like cap hits 13.8, 11.9, 8.5. The dead cap, like in 2026, dead cap, if you were to cut them, it's $29.5 million. Next year, it's 23, and then after that, it goes all the way down to 9 and 5 and then 1. Like, it significantly drops off after the 2027 season to where if worse comes to worse, and we all hate that, but it is what it is, right? It's a business. It's really, in football, we hate that it's this way, but it's always business first when it comes to your teams. If business comes down to it and he doesn't play much this year, or he's not fully back in that knee, then you have to, like, the worst case about it, you're going to have to wait until after 2027 and then make that move.
Yeah.
Like, that's what it'll have to be. And it sucks, but you're going to have to, kind of take the hit on all that money until then.
God hates cowards. He says free agency pickups tell you exactly what they think about BB and Kerby's situation. They won't be available. Well,
BB will be back at some point.
November, December. So it's like playoff-wise, you're hoping you get him back for.
Yeah.
I think, again, it comes down to, do we feel he's kind of ready to go?
But like you said, even with the ACL, that's cut and dry. We know that's not as bad as, those injuries used to be. And there's a distinct recovery window of, this guy's going to be ready by this time or around this time.
Yep.
With Kerby, we just don't know. Because it's one of them things that he's going to have this for the rest of his career, and it's just a ticking time bomb. We just don't know. Like,
Sideless donated $5. Appreciate you, Sideless. Said I didn't like it because it sounded like Dan is preparing to take the dog to the farm. I love Kerby, so I hope the hell it isn't. That's a crazy way to say it.
Yeah, that is a brutal way.
But I will say,
he's not old Yeller, goddamn.
No, but realistically, it is a situation where it's like, Dan, the confidence again. Like, I was hoping if a Kerby question came up, typically they would go around it. They get media trained. Like, Dan knows how to approach the media. He's probably a PR guru. Same with Brad. He just was not. There was no going around it. He said, "Boys, I don't know."
Yeah.
And when that's the last thing you want to hear for your all-pro safety.
I mean, they kind of been saying that.
Especially after the last 12 months.
Like, he's not going to – he's going to talk in circle. Like, he's going to do a lot of coach speak.
Yeah.
But you could kind of read through the tea leaves with coach speak and be like, okay, does he like that to me –
You can read his feelings most of the time.
You can read his feelings. He's very – wears his heart on his sleeve, man. Like, that's what Dan Campbell does, and he's as honest as he can be because you have to have coach speak, but Dan also keeps it real to some extent as much as he can. And that was like a genuine – he don't know. Which, like, if he don't know, then Kerby probably doesn't know, and if Kerby doesn't know, none of the fans know anything. So it's a terrifying situation. Because to be honest, like, we talk about this a lot. Like, that dude changes games, bro.
Absolutely.
That dude is the difference.
Yeah,
like
defensively,
with him on the field,
you missed him last
flips
year.
Games. That's what he does. So yes, it would be a massive deal if he's not available. And you know who is probably sounds just like Dan Campbell? Calvin Shepard. I mean, if he doesn't have Kerby Joseph, that's a terrifying situation for them to be. Chuck says, Jeff, the only pushback or looking for a silver lining is that Dan has been a bit more down to earth and no blowing smoke this offseason.
That's the Dan from year 2 and year 3. When Dan in year 2 and year 3 just straight up told you how it was, and he was like, I just mean business. Yeah. He's back to that. Yeah. Last year, you could tell the last 2 years, he was a little like, I'm going to try and avoid everything I can. Now it's like, hey, I'm letting the people know. Here it is.
Salty says, Shep did so good, he had McNeil playing edge. So that's good. Okay.
They had injuries. I'm trying to tell you, he ain't always just putting them there for no reason.
Once a show, there's always an Aleem McNeil playing edge comment.
Yeah,
always. That's the one for today.
The Aleem edge thing is so funny. That's such a tough. It's a tough thing to go back on PFF and look at the amount of snaps he was coming off the edge.
Yeah.
I'm salty. Don't worry, guys. We have Chuck Clark, Super Bowl bound. Why my guy Chuck Clark got to catch?
Yeah, let's not disrespect Chuck Clark.
Yeah,
man, he can play football.
Come on, why are we going at Chuck Clark here? You know, Keith says we have to be ready to play the whole year without Kerby and Brian at this point.
Yeah.
That's why we need Abney at nickelback and those other guys we signed to play safety.
But that's why they made so many additions to the secondary.
Yeah, that's why they got depth.
Yeah.
Depth at the secondary, because last year you didn't have it, and the year before you didn't have it, and these guys go down. Kerby goes down, Brian Branch goes down, and who was the Legion of whom? And then
Daniel
again,
Thomas.
that was a 7. that wasn't even a 7-day span. That was a 48-hour span of the Legion of whom, and then it was gone.
Nick Whiteside.
It was a
Shout out
flash.
Nick
It was a
Whiteside.
flash in the pan. The Legion of whom? It was the Legion of
That
whom.
was the best 2 weeks of my life, boy.
It was great, but then when it ended,
great 2 weeks.
and we were like, wait a second, we actually don't have a good safety right now.
Yeah.
And we were like, oh no, this is bad. Now you actually have like a Chuck Clark who has like last year started games for the Steelers in a really good defense.
Yeah.
So you have some depth there. You could throw like a Vontae Maddox, one of those guys back there, and be good with it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's what it could be. KJ, just take a gap year at this point. Okay, guys, we're checking out already. I mean, it's June. What are we doing with the gap year? Come on, KJ.
Last year was the gap year.
KJ, come on, man.
Come on.
Did
you confirm that the Lions? You said the Lions knew about this knee injury before he signed?
Brad definitely knew about it. Yeah.
See, that's an issue. That's a problem.
Yeah, that's
I don't
why they
that's
structured it that way.
Yeah, but it's
So
still
it's
either
smart.
way though. And
they probably thought it wouldn't get any worse, but then it got worse.
I'm a Kerby guy. I wouldn't. I would have just been like, hey, it's like a 2-year deal, or you're no.
Yeah, but you got to think. Okay, you're Brad. Let's play Brad.
But you're
Holmes.
relying on it now.
But you're at the time. You're Brad Holmes, right?
Yeah.
You have an All-Pro safety. He's lead the league
He's
in
earned
interceptions.
his contract.
You know he has a knee injury, but there's again the inklings are it's there, but can he continue to play on it?
Mm-hmm.
Like you're not letting that dude walk.
But this
Like,
is one of those
you're paying him.
moments.
But you structure it
But
smart,
think about
like you
this.
did.
What if Kerby doesn't play this next year, or he plays very limited and you get nothing out of him?
You get it.
It's one of those moments though, as a GM, where hey, you know the behind the scenes of what's happening. You know there's an actual real issue, a red flag. It's like the Trajan Langdon thing. I'm not going to compare these players because Kirby's an All-Pro and this player is not. But for the Pistons, it was like the Jalen Duren, or not Jalen Duren, the Jay Nivey thing, where people were like, Jay Nivey, like until the day he was traded, even after he was traded, until all that stuff started coming out about Jay Nivey, people were like on their deathbed being like, he would have been the number 2. Why did you trade him? It's the hindsight thing of, hey, as a GM, you know behind the scenes there's something going on.
Yeah.
Like things aren't right. So it's like then you make that trade, everyone's up in arms going at you, and then a month later it comes out. If Brad didn't re-sign him, and he goes to play, let's say, for the Steelers and signs with the Steelers, and he doesn't play the whole next season after he resigns for the Steelers because of this, every person in the fan base is going,
but that's
okay, now I see.
hindsight.
That's
You're-
what I'm saying.
now you're
but
playing
again,
hindsight.
that's what I'm saying with
'Cause
Trajan
if he
Langdon.
does play the
Trajan,
Steelers-
he took the different approach and let go of Jay Nivey, and fans were mad at him at first. And then when people realized what was really going on, fans were like, oh, okay. It's like if they knew that this was a potential, I wouldn't have done the deal.
The
I just
Ivy
wouldn't have.
situation is different because you had a $30 million cap hit looming. So you had to make a decision of, okay, are we going to sign this guy or are we getting rid of
You're
the cap hit?
essentially, though, you're committing to those cap hits.
No,
with
I
Kerby,
get that. But at the
without
time,
knowing if he could play.
At the time, the contract did make sense. And you got to realize, like, it kind of goes against everything that they've been about in terms of, hey, culture, we take care of our own guys. There's a perception out there.
Yeah.
So if you did Kerby like that just because he has an underlying knee injury, which at the time we didn't know how bad it was, then it may look away in terms of bringing other people into this culture or people wanting to come here.
My question.
We got to go to break. We got to go to break. When we get back, we'll
yeah.
continue it.
Okay.
But before we do, can we hear about our friends from Gold Crown?
Absolutely, man. Shout out to the good people over at Gold Crown, and they got so many good products, man. I'm talking about the Royal Junior Jesters. I've had a lot of those in my day, boy, but let me tell you about the big boys, the Royal Jesters, just the Royal Jesters, and they are 1.5 grams each, quad infused. That means Keef coated, live resin infused, THCA, diamonds, and terpenes, all packed into one goodness of a joint, man. Michigan made, top tier, no shortcuts. Next time you hit the dispo, don't think, just ask for the Royal Jesters, because if you're gonna smoke, why would you smoke like a poor man? Smoke like royalty. Come on now.
Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit.
It's Game on at Art and Jake's. Wings, burgers, pizza, and ice-cold drinks served up with attention to detail. Wall-to-wall TVs, great service, and a vibe that keeps your crew coming back. Art and Jake's, a sports bar setting with a fine dining flavor.
Thank you to all the fans for making Woodward Sports your #1 online destination for Detroit sports. We promise not to drop the ball.
Big shout out to the people over at Loom, and they are promoting a huge drink for the summer. We already know about the buzzing 7.5 milligrams of THC goodness, but they found a way to give you a little energy too. It ain't just being high and laid back. No, you're going to get up and do something on these buzzing energy drinks from Loom. It's the same smooth THC buzz you love, now paired with a clean boost of caffeine from green tea extract. You can try it in peach and raspberry lemonade. Crack a can, catch a buzz, and keep the good vibes going. Available now at all 40 Loom locations across the state of Michigan. You can go to loom.com, and also 30% off your order. Use code WSN30. Sorry, boy.
It's all good, KG. By the way, people, super chats. I want to get to those. Keep those things flying because you jump, like Neil says, you jump ahead of the line. DBK, thank you for the $2. He says, what if we slid it Rock Ya-Sin back to safety? Oh, well, they did try that out a little bit last offseason.
Yeah, they did. But that's what Avonte Maddox is for.
Yes, that's what Avonte Maddox is for. Appreciate the $2, though, DBK. We got more Dan Campbell clips. We got him on Jahmyr Gibbs. That's a big one. Jahmyr Gibbs now with Isaiah Pacheco. No more David Montgomery. What does Dan think about his role and kind of the usage there? Let's get to it. Let's hear what Dan had to say about him.
Gibbs is, I mean, he is. He's going to be our bell cow now. You know, he really became more of that last year. And, but we're going to hang our hat on him quite a bit. You know, we're going to do a lot of things we feel like he does well. Now, I've mentioned this before. He can run everything that we've got. He can run every scheme that anybody's ever run. You know, he's not just an outside runner. He's not just a space runner. He can create his own space in the middle. And some of his biggest runs have been gap scheme right down the pipe, you know, where he's had patience and found it, and the guys blocked it up well. So we're going to ask a lot of him.
Jahmyr Gibbs being the bell cow, which we kind of already were expecting maybe that type of answer. But the real angle I want to take on it, talking about Jahmyr Gibbs, and this has been something I've brought up a lot this season, is not that, again, Jahmyr Gibbs is incredibly talented. I know I've got a lot of heat for not paying running backs, okay? So we don't have to go down that road today, okay? So stick with me. This one's just going to be the simple fact of, do you think Gibbs can handle the bell cow role, all right? And I'm talking about what Christian McCaffrey gets. I'm talking about what Saquon Barkley gets. I'm talking about wear and tear throughout the entirety of a season, including playoffs. I'm talking about, hitting that 20 number in carries, or hitting that 20-plus number in touches, including catches. Can he handle that and not only stay healthy but produce? And I think we can agree, and KG, you hold me accountable on this, the offensive line last year definitely contributed to some of those woes with him. I understand that completely, but to me, I don't think it's he's bell cow, time for 2,500 all-purpose yards. I think there's a part of it where I need to see Gibbs handle that type of workload for me to fully buy in that dude can be a bell cow. Is that fair? Like
I think
that's
it is.
more than fair.
I think that's the big thing we've all been waiting for. Like when D-Mont started getting carries taken away last year, and people forget to realize because the John Morton thing, like that was Dan Campbell. That wasn't John Morton taking carries away from D-Mont. That was Dan Campbell as the play caller the last half of the season that fully went away from David Montgomery. And everyone was being like, oh, it was John Morton. Oh, but you
No, it was like Dan. Remember Dan kept getting asked about it? He goes, I don't know. And he's calling plays.
Like Dan was literally like, we love D-Mont. We want to get D-Mont more involved. Like, we want to do that. And it's like, Dan, you're the one calling the play.
Right.
Like, you are deciding that. So it's like, I don't know if he just wasn't used to being the play caller, so he didn't realize that in the moment. But like that was the thing to where they moved towards that last year with Jahmyr. And guess what? Like Jahmyr didn't really live up to the, hey, like I'm a bell cow. I can go out there and get 20 carries a game and do that consistently. Did he have games where he had 200 yards and you were like, oh my gosh, like this guy's the greatest in the NFL right now? Yeah, that's why right now he's a top 5 running back in the NFL. That's why he's probably going to get paid $20 million. But I think the word that it comes down to for Jahmyr Gibbs, it's like consistency. Can you be a consistent bell cow? Can you go out there and, like, when they need you on the first downs to go get 6 yards, can you do that? Yeah. Or are you getting stopped at the line of scrimmage? And that was, like, the second half of last year. And, again, I think, like, there's the asterisk next to it a little bit because of how bad the offensive line was, especially the interior. Like, that interior was one of the worst interior offensive lines in all of football last year.
Yeah.
So, like, I can see where people are like, hey, like, have some faith in Jameer. Let's see it this year. But he has to, he has to prove it this year.
No, for sure. And I mean, I feel like he's already shown a lot in his young career. I mean, I know he's not Barry Sanders, but the numbers through the first few years, very, very identical. The only real areas I worry about him is running between the tackles.
Yeah.
Because that's something that he absolutely struggled with, especially when you have a poor O-line, made it that much harder. But we know Monty, that was his role. Also, what was Monty's role is blocking out of the backfield. He's going to take a lot of wear and tear because he's going to be the bell cow. You're going to be out there for passing downs as well.
Yep.
Yes, that's going to be something he's going to have to deal with, but still be able to produce. So I understand those questions, but I have no doubt that he can live up to that, especially if his backup, Isaiah Pacheco, can stay healthy and take some of that pressure off of him, because I really like the prospect of what Pacheco can bring to this offense.
Yeah, that's why I think it's like we all know the talent Jahmyr Gibbs has.
Yeah.
He's a top 3 back, talent-wise. It's just about, I think it's just, again, it's the prove it. Like, you got to go out there and prove it because you haven't been a bell cow in this league yet.
Right.
You haven't. Like, D-Mott in Chicago was. We've seen D-Mott here in Jahmyr Gibbs' first year. He was kind of your bell cow guy at first. He was the one out there to start the game. So that's Jahmyr now. That's his job, and it's a different role than we've seen him in before. And that's where I think with people, like, it's like, do we know the talent that the guy has and the plays he can make? It just comes down to, can you do that on a consistent basis for, 15 to 17 games a year without getting banged up?
It's the pass protection. The chat's going off about it.
That's a huge one.
No, it's big.
He
That's
wasn't that good in pass. I mean, he had the game where was that the Vikings?
Yeah. That was bad. Yeah.
Rough. But here's the thing. This is where I'll stick up for Gibbs in this way, because I saw some people like, you're going to pay this guy and he can't pass protect. Now, I'm not paying him for other reasons, but if you want to go down that road, if you like PFF or care for it, if you don't, then turn your ears off. But if you do, 2 backs that ranked lower than Gibbs in pass protection, Saquon and Christian McCaffrey this year. Now, year-to-year basis, Saquon's a pretty good pass protector. I'm just going off last year.
Yeah.
Like, guys, it's important. It is, and David was better at it. But you know who's one of the best right now doing it consistently is Isaiah Pacheco. That's why they brought him in. Like, he can help out in that way too. So I'm not gonna.
That's very true. Actually,
the pass protection stuff, I understand it. I do. I understand it. But like, I'm more concerned about. Like,
but that's even more wear and tear though.
Yeah.
Like I said, he's still gonna have to do that and be able to go out there and still produce. So it accumulates. It does. But.
And I think, too, it's like being a bell cow. Like, with a guy like Jahmyr Gibbs, you expect him as well to be able to be very, very effective catching passes out of the backfield.
Oh, yeah.
And if you compare him to, like, the Bijan Robinsons, and, like, Bijan's a way better pass catcher out of the backfield than him, right? Like, you do want to see a step coming there, going from, 400 or 500 yards receiving to 700, 800. And I know that's crazy that it sounds like that. But if you're in that tier of, hey, you're about to make $21 million, $22 million, whatever it is as a running back, that comes with it.
Absolutely.
And it's like, if you're going to get paid that much, there's 3 parts to your game that need to be elite. You need to be able to run the ball in between the tackles and be able to make plays and get short yardages. You need to be able to block and pass in pass coverage. And then also you need to be able to catch the ball in the backfield and make plays like that. Yeah. That's what the Bijan Robinsons do, the Saquon Barkleys do, the Christian McCaffreys do. If you're in that conversation, you have to be able to do all 3. So shout out to chat, by the way, bringing that up. That's a massive, that's a massive part of getting paid $20-something million to play that position. Is you have to be basically a three. What do we want to call it? A 3-star player?
Yeah, I guess you can.
3-level player.
Yeah.
That's what it needs to be called. So that's where I think Jahmyr Gibbs, he could take a massive jump this year, in those parts of his game.
Let's get to some super chats. I think we're missing just Labartney's. If I miss any others, let me know. But Labarney, appreciate the 10, my friend. He says this is just to make sure I have more points in sideless. Shout out, Chad.
That's actually
subtle flex.
I don't understand the points in there. By the way, I see the crown
YouTube
and stuff.
Started doing whoever chats the most gets the number. And
then Labartney gets another 5 in there. Appreciate you, Labartney. He says $5 more. Shout out Silas. Just a little brother. We
Shout
appreciate
out to Silas
both.
too, aka Burn. He's good people.
Shout out Silas, man. We appreciate you guys. Yeah. Big time. Labartney, thank you for the 5 again. He says shout out Steve O. Keith Smith in the chat. We need Pacheco to get 500 yards and pass protect. Gibbs will do the rest, buddy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's fair. What is it? We'll go to break. Okay, let's go to break. First, we got to hear about our friends from Mad Packs.
The maddest of packs. Shout out to the good people over at Mad Packs, Colton and the boys, man. We always thinking about y'all. And you always thinking about us, man. You blessing us with some of these great products, the high-low pre-rolls, the Boom Shakalaka live resin infused tarantulas, and y'all hooking people up with the Mad Packs extracts and the Blizzard packs, them concentrates and that moon rock to get me through this Michigan summer, man. Looking forward to Lions football. That'll be good around then too. It's all year round with Mad Packs, but stay tuned with Woodward Sports for all of the latest updates, or skip that. Go to getmadpacks.com to get yours.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man-meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Planet Fitness now has even more best-in-class strength equipment. Join today for $1 down and save.
We're stepping it up.
We're not slowing down.
Finding new faith, new focus.
Love that new equipment smell.
So, you in?
Join the club today. Save when you join for just $1 down, $15 a month. Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet.
You know how some things are so good they should be world famous, but they're not? Our house-made vinaigrette is one of those things. And the antipasto salad, we drizzle it over. Same with our hand-battered chicken tenders. Original recipe soups and pasta sauces. It's almost as if our original, world-famous Detroit-style pizza is mocking them. And that's not very nice.
Talked about Detroit media by other Detroit media, and we love it. It's the Woodward Sports Network.
All right, let me tell you about Art and Jake's. You see it up there. It is one of the greatest sports bars in all of Michigan and even in the country and in the world. We go there all the time for UFC on Saturdays. The Crunch Time boys do. They have over 80 wall-to-wall TVs, 22 draft beers on tap, and they literally have anything that you're looking to eat there. They have a Crunch Time app, by the way. It's like Crunch Time bites. They're unbelievable. The boys have had them. They're not from Crunch Time, but we're going to claim them as our own.
Absolutely.
That's what we're going to do. So make sure you scan this QR code right there to get the A&J mobile app and sign up for AJ's fan club. It's Art and Jake's, baby. It's a sports bar setting with a fine dining flavor.
We're back. It's crunch time here on Woodward Sports. Let's get to the chat. Fire off the chats. We're reading them. Robo, Jeff and Booner talk about Gibbs like he's nothing. The kid has been unbelievable in a part-time role.
Robo, by the way, did you miss the point when we were talking that I said he's a top 3 running back in the NFL? Did you? I mean, do we have, what is it? What's it called? I learned this growing up. Selective hearing. Is that what we have in this chat?
Let's
come on, man.
Now, Robo, if you disagree with my take about paying him, that's fine. You know, you can disagree and call me an idiot, but you can't say we're dismissing Jameer. We've stated multiple times he's an incredible player.
Stats are stats, by the way. When he was the bell cow to end the year last year, he was averaging like 3 yards a carry.
Good, yeah.
And David Montgomery, when he was getting the ball, was averaging like 4.5 yards a carry. Like those are facts, correct? Robo, those are what we call straight facts.
All right.
That's it.
Just got to go prove it. Better O-line, though.
Talent-wise?
And I'm not saying prove talent. Just prove the bell cow stuff.
We know the talent.
He's talented.
He's a top 3 back in
no
the
question.
Arguably top 2.
Yeah.
It's about going out there and it's like, hey, like you could be a top 3 back, a top 3 wide receiver, top 3 quarterback, but when push comes to shove and it's time to prove it, do you show up?
Yeah.
There's so many guys that have talent that just out of the league. Jameer Gibbs is one of the best in the league right now. He has had 1,400-yard rushing seasons. He's done those things. He's had 18 touchdowns in a year. Like we've seen
2,000
that.
all-purpose.
But it's about doing it consistently to where it's like, hey, you're not just having a 300-yard game here with 4 touchdowns, and then the next week you have 50 yards and 0 touchdowns and your team loses. It's like, hey, let's get 100. Let's do what Saquon did a couple years ago. Let's get 100 yards a week out of you with a touchdown or 2. That's what it is. That's being the bell cow, man. That's taking it to the next level.
Let's see. Labartney, appreciate the 5. He says, shout out Steve-O. Labartney with the 10. He says, shout out Mike G, shout out Maz, shout out Heavies.
I love Labartney.
Shout out to
Labartney,
you,
man.
That's my guy.
Let's get to the DJ Reed. He also spoke on DJ Reed, which I think is important because he's a player that, again, bounced back this season. Hopefully, you expect it. You know, he looked very good to start last year, got hurt, never was the same. So, Caleb, let's play that clip, and then we'll chop it up about it. Before we get to the Petsing clip and then the rest of the Petsing stuff.
Well, I think for spring, I like where he's at. You know, I think he's moving well, and that's encouraging coming off of what he did. And I don't disagree. You know, that's not an easy injury for a corner. I mean, that was a pretty significant hamstring he came back from, but I like the way he looks running around right now.
Now, speaking of contracts, okay, we had the Kerby Joseph one. I think we can definitely hold DJ Reed to a higher standard with that contract for sure. Like, you paid him. Let's be real here, okay? Carlton Davis, he was your number one corner. You let him walk. You maybe didn't give him the deal he wanted. I think was like the terms were skeptical. I think he said something like that.
Yeah.
And you chose to go with DJ Reed, who was basically, with his time with the Jets, a number 2 corner, but you paid him pretty close to what Carlton was with you as a number 1 corner, and we got to still see that man live up to being a number 1 corner. Now, TA being the number 1 corner is the most ideal situation. I've said that, and DJ Reed is better as a number 2, but if we're just talking dollars, you did pay him to come in and guard number 1s.
Yeah.
And to start last year, he actually looked pretty good, but rest of the season, it was rough.
Cooked.
Yeah, and this is a defense that gave up. Look at, you can go look this up. In terms of explosive plays, the second half of the year, the Lions were up there and giving up explosive plays. And I'll tell you what, it wasn't all Amik Robertson. He was up there too, for sure. He didn't have a great year either, but DJ Reed was up there giving up explosive plays. So I'm excited to see him, man. You pay him to be your number 1 corner, and we'll see if he gets back to that. But hopefully, just take it over.
I think too, like there was a little bit of an injury situation with him, and obviously he was going through it, and
he was kind of getting.
Yeah, hamstring ain't no joke, by the way.
The hamstring, it's like, especially as a corner, that's probably one of the more important. Like, hey, you have to have those fast twitch muscles to stay kind of, especially with the receivers you're going up against in the NFC North.
How long was he out with the hamstring? I felt like he was out for like a couple weeks, and he tore his hamstring.
Good question, but Dan mentioned like, hey, it hurt him more than people think. Like it affected his game. Yeah. And it's like, hey, if he does stay healthy, you do expect DJ Reed to be like your number 1. So that's why I think this year, like we talk about breakout players, we talk about players with high expectations. That's a guy right there that doesn't get taught. People say TA because obviously a first-round draft pick, you traded up in the first to get him, and you made that move. But I think DJ Reed, like, dude, you paid him almost $20 million a year. Yeah. Like, he got paid by you to come in and be your corner 1. So those expectations should even be, like, in my opinion, I know TA has the expectations. Man, DJ Reed might have higher expectations because he got literally paid in the NFL as a corner 1 already.
He did, yeah.
And that's
he was one of the bigger names on the market after
that. And as well, too, it kind of goes back to the two that are going to be attached to each other forever. It's going to be DJ Reed and Carlton Davis, because you had Carlton Davis in your building, and he got signed for $2 million more to go to New England, and he's been better than DJ Reed in last year. And I get it, the injury and all that.
The injury,
that's fair.
1,000% has a
but at the end of the day, though, you do have to look at it and be like, hey, who would have, when you're making that decision, it's around the same price. Who would have been better for as a corner 1 in your building? Right. Was it DJ Reed or Carlton? They chose DJ Reed.
Maybe they were more confident that TA would have taken that leap, and that's why they kind of went out there. Yeah. But doing that while TA was still kind of unproven, and he was going through injuries as well, it's a questionable move at this point.
And DJ Reed DJ Reed a lot. He was never like a corner 1 anywhere. Really.
No, but
this was his opportunity to come in and say, hey, like I'm ready to go. Like when he was in New York, he had Sauce Gardner. That was
but they weren't throwing to him though. They
weren't
throwing to
now they are.
They were throwing to DJ Reed, and his numbers kind of backed up the fact that they paid him that money because the pass deflection numbers were great. He was one of the best cover corners in the league up until that point.
But now he's the hey, it's you now. You're alone in that room because TA hasn't stepped up. So you're in that situation to where it's a kind of I don't want to say a make or break year, but it feels like that. Like if you're healthy this year, the Lions need you to win a Super Bowl. You need DJ Reed, and I know a lot of fans go at him from last year. Hearing Dan talk about the hamstring, like, again, it's an excuse, but it's a truth, right? Like there's a side of it where it's like, hey, it is truthful. He had a hamstring injury. That's tough for a corner.
Yeah.
But this year, hey, man.
Especially playing primarily man, and you're undersized. You're going to get exposed at some point.
For sure.
Especially in NFC and with these
how much
receivers.
man did he play in New York? I wonder if they were.
I think they were more zone.
That's what I was thinking when he came over.
Yeah.
So it was a little bit of a different move
But
he's
a man-to-man corner.
Yeah, he can play it.
When he was in Seattle, maybe it was more man. I don't know. But I wonder if this is like last year was kind of like a dipping his toes in the water, like getting a feel for this thing, because maybe in his career he hasn't played on a team that played.
Well,
as
I'll
much
say it
man.
again. Like, the dude looked good. I mean, he looked good. He played well, and then he got hurt and he looked bad.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a very simple explanation. Play good, hurt, play bad. Okay, so we all can assume it's just the injuries affecting him, but this year we'll see if that can continue.
Yeah,
Hey, Art Vandelay just said another reason to change the defensive scheme. Can't keep putting our guys in harm's way trying to play man-to-man for 60, 70% of snaps.
Seriously,
it's a tough ask. I mean, you got to look, and this is where I'll stick up for TA in that sense. It's like, bro walked into this team and was like, hey, you're playing man-to-man all game.
like island style.
Island.
Like,
Which is tough. And there's some guys that can come in and do that. That's a tough ask, dude. Like, there's plenty of things to say about TA and be like where he could improve as a player, but like that is for a rookie, bro.
Absolutely.
That's a tough system.
I've always said corner is the toughest or one of the toughest turnarounds in the NFL.
Yeah.
Like,
you got to backstep with the best world-class athletes.
That's the hardest position
Walk
in
backwards.
all of sports.
Yeah.
Like the corner, you're going up against world-class athletes and they're running downhill at you.
full speed.
Yeah. And it's not like
and
it's
a lot
like,
of them are bigger and longer than you.
And
like,
faster, everything. And then you're having to
Pause.
sit there and you're having to
I saw you looking at me.
That is
Pause.
crazy.
I'm with you every time, but that one I had to kind of think about it.
Ooh.
I don't have many pauses, but, or I pre-pause, but go ahead.
What do you think, Caleb?
Yeah, I mean, DJ Reed's going into this season with cornerback 1 expectations, and whether that's fair or not, because he was never a cornerback 1, like we've been saying his entire career outside of last year, and he had a bad year, but this is going to have to be a big year for him. You guys brought it up, like Terrion hasn't stepped up the way we've needed him to step up, so that's a lot of weight on DJ Reed's shoulders. And yes, it is the hardest position in football, and he has a tough task. There's a ton of good wide receivers in the NFC North that he's going to have to go up against twice a year, but we really need DJ Reed this year.
The question I have
really
for you, Caleb, is who's taller? You or DJ Reed? Let's get. That's what I'm just curious.
It depends.
Or maybe
what
we
shoes
throw
I'm
Booner in
wearing
this
that day.
conversation.
Yeah, Booner.
Who's taller? If you, Caleb, and DJ Reed sit next to each other.
What's DJ Reed's confirmed height?
Like 5'9".
Oh, it's
10?
me then. Yeah, if
5'10"?
it's 5'9", it's me.
Caleb, you haven't said anything yet. Is it?
Well, if you talk to Booner about his height, he talks like he thinks he's like 6'3".
Yeah,
No, I don't. I'm 5'10".
But
I'm 5'10".
I love when
That's
Caleb.
confirmed.
I love when you call Caleb 5'5".
So DJ Reed is 5'9" and 1/8.
5'9" and 1/8.
That's it. I'm taller than DJ Reed. I'm 5'10".
I think you've said you said before Caleb's 5'5". Is that what?
Yeah, he's shorter than me. And then it's not even.
And the thing that's
secret.
crazy about it too is that he wasn't joking when he said it. Like he's like
because
"Aren't
you
like
are
5'5"?
like.
Am I 5'5", Booner?
I'm not getting into this. We got too many things to go on about here. You were 5'5".
Me and Jeff ain't got to worry about these problems, but
Jeff's like only an inch taller than me.
You know what would happen? Like if I called Booner 5'5", he'd be like, the chat's gonna actually think that now. You're actually gonna think I'm 5'5".
right. That's so
exactly
Booner
what
for
would
sure.
happen.
Pizza boy.
Yeah, exactly.
There's nothing wrong with being 5'5". Caleb's
No,
emotional.
there's nothing. No, I'm not emotional.
Emotional Caleb.
Y'all both short kings. It's okay, man.
Thanks.
It's all right.
That
Short
is-
kings need love too.
Thanks,
Chuck
JP.
says, Booner, aren't you 6'11"? Aren't you like 6'11"?
I could be.
His ego is.
Yeah. I could be
got a
6'11".
big ego.
Oh, ETN says Packers just gave Christian Watson a 4-year, $110 million deal.
God bless him.
Yeah, don't worry. We'll get to that stuff
Right,
at some
God
point,
bless.
either today or tomorrow. Let's take an early break because then we're going to spend a lot of time on pets.
Hey, by the way, shout out Micro Mike. He's in the chat, man.
Hey,
Absolute
shout out.
legend.
Shout out Micro Mike, man. He's a real one.
Yep, friend of the show, man. Appreciate it.
We got to get Mike on. We'll get him on some point. Shout out Mike, man. You're crushing it. But we got to get to this Betsing stuff. We got Dan Campbell talking about Betsing and just kind of what he's been doing with the offense. And I'm sure we'll get some Betsing clips at some point, kind of give you guys live updates. If you're watching, hit the like button on the stream and continue to show support like you guys have been. But before we go to break, Caleb, tell the people about Massage Chair House.
Gentlemen, I'm trying to take my relaxation to the next level. I'm going to head down to the Massage Chair House in Bloomfield Hills, the biggest massage chair showroom in the Midwest. They feature top brands like Osaki and Infinity. This is your destination for premium comfort and cutting-edge wellness technology. Experience the difference with Dr. Eric Duncan, the Wellness Doc and creator of the #1 YouTube channel of Massage Chair Reviews at The Wellness Doc. Shout out. Book your visit today at massagechairhouse.com or simply scan the QR code on your screen. Massage Chair House, your ticket to ultimate recovery and relaxation.
The game is won in the trenches, and our big fellas don't mess around. The Woodward Heavyweights on Woodward Sports.
You know how some things are so good they should be world famous, but they're not? Our house-made vinaigrette is one of those things. And the antipasto salad, we drizzle it over. Same with our hand-battered chicken tenders. Original recipe soups and pasta sauces. It's almost as if our original, world-famous Detroit-style pizza is mocking them. And that's not very nice.
Breakout season loading.
Inside the 5, Gibbs to the end zone. Touchdown!
Woodward Sports, the most dominant Detroit sports coverage around.
All right, we're excited to welcome our new partners over at Founders Brewing and the legendary All Day IPA. This year it marks the 15th anniversary of All Day IPA. It helped define the session IPA category as well, but it's the fans that made it last. It's citrusy, crisp, and refreshing with a perfectly balanced taste. At 4.7 ABV, it's built to go the distance for the entire game. So next time you're watching a game, make it an All Day IPA from Founders, and please drink responsibly.
As you see it, what's the biggest improvement that Drew is bringing to the offense?
I think just everything being tied together. You know, there's one voice, and then it spreads from there. You know, we have an outstanding staff. I really believe that. I think, man, those guys across the board are really good, and so I think just having that one voice, clear communication. This is the way we want it to look. This is in the run game, the pass game, and protections. I think that just kind of helps tie it in. Any little questions? Hey, if you get this, we're going to outside release it. If we get this, he's sitting at 8, go by him. If he's those go a long way. Just, man, this, and then we can always change it if we need to, but at least we're all on the same page just from the get-go. He's done a good job with that.
Hyping up Drew Petzing, Dan Campbell, which he should be, by the way.
I'll say as he should be.
He's a stud.
As he should be.
Drew Petzing is a stud. And I was thinking about this, and this might be just crazy, but this is why we talk about some things like this. We have to just have conversations. When you look at this staff, I was thinking about this. Drew Petzing, Mike Kafka on offense. Obviously, Scotty Montgomery's still there, Tashard Choice. Defense, you know, however you may feel about it. But there is kind of this thing with Calvin where it could go either way. Like, he could just – it could be a complete burnout and he gets fired, or this dude could be like D'Amico Ryans of DC's, it seems like. You know what I mean? When D'Amico was with the 49ers. So you're kind of like flirting with it. When you compare this staff to what they had, you think this staff, upside-wise, could be the best staff that Dan's had?
Possibly.
Upside because
I can agree with that.
Yeah, because the defense.
Like, could Calvin be better than AG? And you got Kafka and Petzing.
I think it just comes down to, like, can Drew Petzing, I tweeted out from Crunch Time today, like, can Drew Petzing get to where Ben was? And I know Ben's, like, one of the best in the league. Like, we understand that. But it's like, how close to Ben Johnson can you get? And like last year, the third quarter things we all talk about, the third downs, converting on those, even the fourth downs. Like, we know how pivotal in Detroit fourth down conversions are in Detroit. John Morton couldn't do it last year. He couldn't figure it out. And it's like Ben Johnson, I think the one thing people overlook with Ben Johnson, he's had all these trick plays, all of that. Ben Johnson was, he had the correct play calls and correct schemes on fourth downs, and he knew exactly, hey, he put himself in Dan's position. Hey, this is what I need to do if Dan tells me I'm going for it on 4th and 1, 4th and 2, 4th and 3, 4th and 6, 4th and 10. Like, I remember he talked about it all the time, Ben did. And that was something John Morton just never got to that point. And you could tell, like, even last summer when they were going through offenses and they were doing, they were installing everything. You could tell it was never getting to that next level offensively. And that's where I think that separation was. And I think with Drew, to Dan's point, what Dan's saying there, it's like, hey, he's good with anything. Any situation you throw at him, he's good to do it. And hey, let's try it. Let's see if it works. It doesn't. If it does, we'll keep rolling with it. And I think Drew, it's like, how close can he get to that? Because you're already a top 5 offense, correct? You already were.
On paper,
On paper, you were.
so many guys.
So it's about the little intangible things within the offense. Can you get that scoring offense back to 30 points per game? So that's where I'm interested in with Drew Petzing. And if he hits that, again, I'll say it so people know, Drew Petzing probably won't live up to what Ben Johnson was at his best, but he can get damn close to it. He can.
And I think it's not even for me when I say can this be the best staff Dan's had? And I'll ask you, chat, yes or no. Can this be the best staff Dan has had collectively? And collectively is the key word, because I'm not even having a Drew versus Ben conversation, because I think Ben is one of one. But really, if we take everything into consideration with the entire staff, offense, defense, and I mean, they got dudes. Like I'm not even trying to say Petzing versus Ben, but you got Petzing, Kafka. You know what I mean? You got those guys. And David Shaw is somewhere in there. You know, they got David Shaw, former head coach. He's had interviews to be an OC. I don't know. You know, what's the upside of the staff look like? So, yeah, I'm excited for Petzing. I know Denver Blair's in there. Shout out to him. He says, y'all are sold on Petzing. He's put petting. That's funny, actually. He says, you haven't even seen him run one play. Just wait before we praise and hype Petzing up for no reason. Here's the thing, Denver Blair. I'm with you. I'm with you on a lot of stuff like that. But this Drew Petzing thing just feels different. Like John Morton last year, you kind of knew, like, walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, stings a duck. Like, you kind of knew what you were getting with John Morton. Just based on everything we're getting with Petzing, you still got to wait for him to call plays. We can't just wait to give a take on Drew Petzing until he calls plays.
I can see why fans are a little skeptical.
I get it.
Like, and he has called plays.
And he has
for 3 years,
called
too.
plays.
It's not like John Morton, he hadn't called plays since the Jets job he had, which was, 100 million years ago?
Right.
And even with that, he got fired from that. It's not like Drew Petzing just got like, hey, you're bad at your job, you're fired. Head coach got let go. Where does Drew go? Okay, I'm going to make a different move in my career, right? It wasn't like Drew during the whole demise of the Cardinals, like mid-season last year, they're like, hey, Drew, you're so bad, you're getting fired.
Right.
And again, I go back to this, and people, if people, I understand people being skeptical of Drew Petzing. For us, at least for me, the thing that gives me confidence is when you speak with people about John Morton around the NFL, there was always that little skepticism of, we don't know what he's going to be. Like, he's always been under great coaches, but he's never called plays. When we have conversations with people around the NFL about Drew Petzing, I said it last week, it's all high praise. Like, this is one of the best up-and-coming offensive minds in the NFL. So that's where there's a little bit of a gap, and say, hey, you can have more confidence in Drew Petzing without seeing it.
Yeah, and I'm not saying they are the best coaching staff. I just throwing it out there. They got a bunch of dudes that have been head coaches before in there, or offensive play callers. So now defense is probably the biggest. You know, I get it, rough for sure, but we'll see. We'll see what this offensive staff looks like, definitely. But yeah, I mean, we've talked to you guys about the Petzing stuff, but what do you think about some of the stuff we said?
I mean, I think it's easy to make the assumption that, you know, coming from the Arizona job, he has a lot more talent here. This is a much more stable organization than what he's been used to over the last couple of years. And the things he was doing in Arizona wasn't all bad. Like, his rushing numbers were actually pretty solid.
Some of the best in the entire NFL.
And you can make the argument that, hey, he had Kyler Murray. The passing game was kind of out of whack. They didn't have receivers the whole time that he was offensive coordinator there. So I really do think it's a chance it can work. Now, I know a lot of people say he can be Ben Johnson. I do have some reservations about that. But from everything that I've heard up until this point, he's a smart guy. He's kind of one of those, not geniuses, but a lot of people look to him like, okay, he's a great play designer. You know, he can come up with a lot of different schemes, especially with this 13 personnel that they're going to be running. And that's the bread and butter of Lions football anyway, is running the football. And he seems to be very, very, very good at that. So I feel a lot better knowing that they brought Mike Kafka in to kind of help him with the passing stuff. But we got to see how it's going to go. But I think he has a better quarterback, way better receivers, better running game, and hopefully the offensive line is much better because that's going to facilitate everything. I am as the days go on, I'm getting more and more confident.
Can I ask you guys something real quick about the offense? What's the number one thing about this offense that they need? Like, what's the number one, like
a run game?
Run game. So, like, someone in the chat here had said, I don't know exactly where the chat was, but it said, hey, essentially, Arizona offense was trash. Obviously, they didn't have weapons, but they were trash. Back in 2024, when the Lions' run game was good with Ben Johnson, they were the number one total offense in the NFL, and they did that backed up on that run game. That's what helped them. The Lions were 6th in the NFL in rushing yards per game at 146 rushing yards per game. Guess who the 7th team was? It was the Arizona Cardinals under Drew Petzing. And that's with no weapons. That's with James Conner and who?
James Conner, yeah.
It was James Conner and a random backup.
Yep.
So it's like, hey, if he could do
Knight.
that, Bam Knight, who got cut from your team. Like, if he can do that in Arizona and he has a similar run game as the Detroit Lions 2 years ago with the top 5 offensive line that year, Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery, and Ben Johnson at the helm doing the run game, well, imagine what he could do with the good offensive line here in Detroit, Jahmyr Gibbs, Isaiah Pacheco, and a good run game.
Yeah, I don't necessarily think, like, he could be a Ben Johnson. I don't. Like, I think Ben Johnson, in terms of offensive minds, is up there with, the Shanahans, the McVays, that echelon of coordinator. But I think kind of the whole thing is especially when Johnny Moe came in, it was like, you have so many weapons. Like, there's no way you can't succeed with this offense. We saw that's not true. But Drew Petzing, he's a younger mind. He's a fresh mind. And Booner, you just brought it up. He didn't have a lot of weapons there in Arizona, and he did pretty well. Look at last year. Jacoby Brissett and Michael Wilson were his probably 2 best offensive players, and Marvin Harrison and Trey McBride, obviously. But like that was not an absolutely horrific offense. I like the Petzing hire, but and I'm excited to see what he could do. But overall, I don't think he could get to that Ben Johnson range.
Now, let me get to some of these quotes coming out of Allen Park from Drew Petzing. So we Colton Pouncey from The Athletic. Shout out Colton, that's my guy. He says, Lions OC Drew Petzing on Penei Sewell's transition to left tackle. Drew Petzing said, he looks like, if not the best, one of the best tackles in football. So it seems to be going smooth. I saw a comment in there, you ain't going to know till you put pads on. I understand that. But Rando in the chat, I say the number one thing I got to see first is Sewell being able to read the line and play left tackle. And we'll see. Bro. When the pads get on, I understand that. But
he was drafted as a left tackle.
He was drafted 7th overall as a left tackle. You know what I mean?
Good. By the way, breaking news. I got per sources. Per my source, and this is a real source, and I know Jeff and I have had source-offs recently.
Source-off.
I bet you his sources will say the same thing. Guess who's back at practice today? First time of the year.
Kerby?
Terrion Arnold.
Hey.
Kerby comes back.
Right.
He
Free
walks
TA,
out,
man.
He comes out like Undertaker, man, out the coffin.
Terrion Arnold is officially back at practice for the Detroit Lions.
Free TA, man. Let's go.
Hey, way to go, TA.
Come on.
With Kerby, like, it's funny, like, with shout out Terrion, by the way. That's nice. But with Kirby, you see, like,
they way to give him his credit.
I'm happy he's back at practice.
That's nice with Terrion. TA. Good job.
Well, I don't want to overlook it. I don't want to overlook it. I'm happy he's back at practice. But it's funny, you see, like, the Lions posted these videos and stuff, and people are, like, screenshotting and looking at the people in the background, like, is this Kerby Joseph? Do I see the number 31? And all the beat writers are like, no, like, that's not him yet. But
no,
relax.
Yeah. No, that's Chuck Clark.
Sorry.
No, actually, it was the one. What is Kerby? 31. Someone was wearing 21, and people were responding, and they were like, that's Roger McCreary."
You're right.
Really, that's not. Come on now.
Dante. TA beat the allegations. Okay, well, we don't know.
So far to this point. So far.
Shout out TA, man.
Free TA, man.
Is
free my guy.
Keep him free.
You're right. Please,
keep
him
free, man.
Keep him on the streets, please.
I was going to say for a second, Doc texted me and said he sees number 6 on the field, and my heart dropped. I was like, I think he's number 0. But I think he switched numbers.
Yeah, he did.
He's 6 now.
Everybody's switching numbers.
Yeah,
man.
It's hard to keep track on those lines.
The worst thing they ever did is allow single digits to go to anybody. Now the numbers just fly.
I like it.
I think Ennis Rakestraw has changed his number 4 times.
Yeah, I don't know which jersey
the last
to buy.
3
And
years.
you ain't seen not one of them jerseys on the field. From 15 to whatever number he was after that.
Oh, no.
You're like, yeah, and I like Rake. I do, but we just haven't seen him. We just have not seen him that much.
Rake, I'm trying to buy your jersey, dude. You got to stop switching your jersey number. I'm going to end up buying number 2, and then next year you're going to switch your jersey number again. I'm trying to buy your jersey. Stop switching the numbers. I need to buy an Ennis Rakestraw jersey.
Maybe it's out of his hands. Maybe the vet's coming in like, hey, you got to run that. Damn, I got to change it again.
You're like, hey, Rake, I want your number, bud.
Right. You ain't on the field.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's see. A comment here. AGRVNT. Is there like a...
Yeah, you're right.
I'm trying to read that. Maybe that's a name or something. I'll call you AG. AG says, did y'all talk about Law getting injured already? Yes.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Honestly,
very unfortunate.
It really is. I was excited. I know he wasn't going to be like a massive piece, but I was excited to see what he could bring.
It sucks for him.
It does. But it feels like he was like someone that has some potential.
Yeah.
You know, he's quick, playmaker. You know who he reminded me of? Like a Deebo Samuel type. That was who I
like
when I watched his
plays
highlights.
around
I was
the
like,
line of scrimmage kind of thing.
That's what the
So
feeling
he's a
that I
running
got.
back. No, I'm just
Yeah.
It's got the running back build.
Denver Blair, Rakestraw jersey should be a hospital gown.
Damn.
Guys, what do
That's crazy,
dude. I mean,
not-
there's a
I'm not
line.
even
There's a
laughing at
line.
that.
We've crossed that line.
Yeah, like relax.
It's bullshit, man. Let the guy fucking play.
Caleb.
We don't even know if he's good or not.
That's
Can we
right.
let him
Stand on
play?
business.
Yeah.
Come on.
Stand on it,
That was
Caleb.
disrespectful.
Defend your
Who
man.
said that? That was disrespectful. Just watch him play.
Watch
Let him
your
cook
mouth.
out there.
By the way, we have the update. We have the People's update. Richard Silva, by the way, Detroit News. Shout out to Rich. We got to meet him as well. Great guy.
he's
He
a
says
great
Lions
dude.
OC Drew Petzing used the word unflappable to describe Luke Altmaier.
Unflappable.
Quote, every day, he's the same guy.
Mobile golf, baby.
Adds that Altmaier carries himself with confidence in the meeting room, particularly in how he's willing to answer questions.
That sounds like QB2 to me.
And then Dan
does,
Dan
honestly.
Campbell had a quote on Luke Altmaier. Again, this is the
Stop.
People's update.
Stop it.
Dan Campbell said he doesn't lack confidence. That's for sure. What we thought he'd be at this point, I would say he's kind of held true. Able to retain the information we've given him. Feels like he's getting a little bit better every day.
Let's go, Alty. Let's go.
That is officially, I'll say this, love Teddy Two Gloves.
Oh,
Luke
no, it's-
Altmaier's quarterback
It's
too.
dead on
It's
that.
he's
Just
QB2.
hold the clipboard, Teddy.
I love Teddy.
This
He's
People's
just there
update.
to become
You
a
can
coach.
even wear your gloves while you're holding the clipboard. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's over.
He
Sorry.
just wants to be a coach. That's where I think he wants to just join him. Like, hey, I want to learn a little bit and I want to get into coaching. I'll be the quarterback's coach. When what's his name leaves, Mark Brunell leaves, I'll take that job.
Yep.
It's Luke Altmaier's job at QB2.
Yeah,
now.
Teddy, go grab Luke a water.
I will die on this hill. There will be one play during the season in which Luke Altmaier will have a design run. I'm telling y'all, bro. They might even throw a golf jersey on him and confuse us. I'm just saying. They the same height, the same build. I'm just saying.
Now, let's take a break. We'll get back. We'll have our NFC discussion, and I have something to say on the Packers. They've been pissing me off.
Oh, get it off. I love good Packer hate.
I'm sick of it.
F that cheese.
Yeah, we're talking about it.
We grilling cheese over here.
Before we do, though, got to tell you about our friends over at Water Hazard, but Founders. And let me tell you, man, Water Hazard, we keep saying it, but it's true. It's a belief. I drink these things during watch parties. They're so good. I drink them on the golf course. They're very versatile. You throw a lemon in there. Why not? It's a vodka-based cocktail. 5% ABV. It's delicious. And it's the first canned cocktail from Founders. So check it out. Always remember, please drink responsibly.
Neil Rule and Sean Belizian wake you up every Monday through Friday on Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports. That's right, Big D Energy has moved to mornings. Get your morning dose of Neil's tone and Sean's insanity. Weekdays 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Two Detroit sports legends coming together for the best Detroit sports morning show there is. Big D Energy, waking you up weekdays on Detroit's #1 sports network.
Planet Fitness now has even more best-in-class strength equipment. Join today for $1 down and save.
We're stepping it up.
We're not slowing down.
Finding new faith, new focus.
Love that new equipment smell.
So, you in?
Join the club today. Save when you join for just $1 down, $15 a month. Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
Let me tell you about the best deep dish pizza around. They've been celebrating the original deep dish pizza for the past 80 years, and they cater. Grad party, you're watching the NBA Finals, Stanley Cup and you're having a party, get Buddy's Catering. Their menu is packed with fan favorites, including their award-winning pizza, pastas, and salads. Save 20% on your next order of $200 or more when you order with promo code Woodward20. Visit buddyspizza.com/catering to view their complete menu and place your order today.
We're back. It's crunch time on Woodward Sports. More to get to, plenty to get to. Drew Petzing quotes coming out. We're going to have our NFC conversation, and I have something to say on the Packers. And then we have our new segment we're doing daily. Shit you may not know.
Oh.
Shit you may not know.
Stuff you may not know.
And that's as simple as that. Shit you may not know.
Stuff you may not know.
And Caleb Zarnick. Caleb Zarnick.
Stuff you may not know.
Yeah, there's this weird thing where Booner doesn't want to say the word shit.
Booner, will you say it?
I'm a clean human, man.
No, you are. We all agree with that. Like
I'm a clean human.
So you don't cuss at all? You
in the last 6 years, I've never sworn once on air.
Really?
Swear.
On air.
If someone could find me swearing, I'll say.
I know he lying. Give me the real. I know he lying.
No.
I never have.
Good for you.
I gave him this scenario. Let's say Lions Super Bowl, and they're at the 1 yard line and they fumble. He said he wouldn't even swear that.
That's a lie.
I've been in situations, NFC Championship game, all that. I don't. It's just not in my DNA.
So do you just not cuss, period?
Nope.
Not even in regular life?
Nope.
Oh, I'm going to get you to cuss.
All right, we'll see.
I hope you know that's a challenge.
We'll see.
All right.
I don't think anyone can find like a clip of me saying anything.
Okay.
I actually think that's true. You've never sworn on air, at least like watching you and doing shows with you, but
he's the white Will Smith, y'all.
Hey, man.
We're gonna get him
Will Smith doesn't swear?
No, well, in his music he didn't.
There we go. I'm Will Smith. Me and Will Smith.
Which Will Smith? Are we talking about Unc Will Smith now? We're
Right.
rapping on Lemonade. What was that one that you did?
Post Jada.
Yeah, Post Jada.
Right.
By the way, to Steve-O Baby said, Booner, would you risk going to jail just to get a selfie from a Detroit Lions player with the Super Bowl on the line, tie the game while the Lions attempted a field goal, or if they go for it on 4th down? If there was a moment where I knew, hey, Booner, if you run on the field right now,
you would like a run on the
and
field.
it helps the Lions to win the Super Bowl. Like if it is like a 4th down and it like or the other team's kicking a field goal and we don't have a timeout to ice the kicker, and they're like, Booner, you're guaranteed if you ice this kicker that they're going to miss it and you're going to win a Super Bowl, I would sprint on that field so fast.
Would you cuss?
Yes.
Yes.
Would you cuss while you run
to win a Super Bowl? Yes. I would scream at the top of my lungs any word anyone says. Who says they have a video of me cussing?
I can't help but laugh, dude. I'm sorry. I got to read this. It's Alex's Spoon. You said you don't cuss. He goes, good for you, Boone. Dork. LOL.
He bullshit. I know he bullshit. We don't get him. Don't worry about it.
There's something about the word dork is just
Right.
hilarious. I don't know why.
Fucking, it's me, dude.
Right. No, it's just hilarious. Who says dork, man?
And by the way, too, also, I'm salty. Said, Booner, you need some sunlight, brother. You're looking like Dracula. Yeah, can we go to that other angle?
Call him a bitch, Booner. Don't talk to me like that.
Can we go to the angle when we come out of break?
Oh, man, no, you don't want to do that.
Let's do that. Look at this. What is that? What's going on?
I mean, get that, man.
Pale as a ghost.
And I'm not even that. I'm a little darker.
I mean, you kind of pale.
These lights do not do. I don't think people realize how many lights are on us.
Got to hop in the tanning.
You need to get on that
fitness tanning.
Get on that sun regimen.
Yeah. It's the start of summer, boys. Like I need give me some time. By the time I don't know July comes around, we'll be good to go. 4th of July weekend, I'm going up north. I'll get some sun then.
All right.
I'll get a little sun.
I'm gonna spray tan you if you don't.
Someone says I'm a Disney character. Jay said I'm a Disney character.
You have the head of one.
Oh, come on, man. I'm like one of those Disney princes. I'll take that.
Oh, Disney princess.
Let's have this NFC conversation. All right. So
Edward from Twilight. What?
You that white guy?
What about Drew Petzing in the thumbnail?
Me and Drew.
That's
shave your head.
It's confirmed. I'm taller than Drew Petzing, and he is paler than me. That's confirmed.
Booner does no wrong.
Both are true.
It's just perfect.
And he doesn't swear.
And Drew Petzing, does he swear?
Probably.
Yeah. Drew Petzing comes off. He lets it fly. Dude,
oh yeah, you know he does.
Let's have this NFC conversation. So we got to have the chat. I'm addressing you. Okay, I'm directly addressing you.
Get it off
because you guys are participating in this. Tell me right now. Okay, you're looking at the NFC. This is kind of putting the bow on the Rams stuff. The Rams get Myles Garrett for those who've been living under a freaking rock. But looking at the NFC, where are you putting the Lions, man? Like where are you ranking the Lions right now? We're past the draft. We're past free agency. Yeah, there's going to be some additions, one-off additions, but no more help. Significant help is coming. This is the team you have, and this is the coaching staff you have. So where are you putting this team in the NFC right now? That's the question. And we had Shelby actually recorded a reel, which you guys could check out on YouTube. We ranked our NFC teams, and people in that, teams in that conversation. I guess it depends on who you ask, but I guess I'll start. This is very easy for me, okay? And people can tell me if I'm crazy or not. But number one, I have the Rams, okay? To no one's surprise,
No,
it's the Rams.
Jeff.
Yeah.
No
number
way.
two, I'm going to go with the San Francisco 49ers at 2.
I'm not mad at it.
Yeah, they know how to win, dude. They know how to win, and they're getting everybody back healthy. George Kittle's going to be there. Nick Bosa's going to be there. Fred Warner's going to be there. They added Mike Evans. They have guys like the Lions, but they just have proven that not only can they make Super Bowls with this core, but they just know how to win games. They did it last year with half the roster out. So I'm putting the 49ers at 2. And then number 3, I'm going to go Seattle Seahawks. I think they dropped down 1. There's something about like that. The teams that win a Super Bowl in the year after they can get back to being that dominant are like Mahomes, Brady type of teams. I don't think the Seahawks are that type. They're going to be good, but I don't think like last year good. And then 4, I'm going to go with the Eagles. I'm going to go with the Eagles at 4. I think I'm going to put the Eagles above the Lions still. And then at 5, I'll go Lions.
That is more that's disrespectful.
I think the Eagles have less question marks, way less as a roster than the Lions do.
They do, but
and you tell me if I'm wrong.
I think they
at their best though with the Eagles. I don't know if you could say at their best they're better than the Lions. Like, and when I do this, especially at this time of the year in June, you haven't seen anyone play football. You're basically going off of what's on paper.
That's
so
what it is. Yeah.
What's on paper? It's like at their best, right? Perfect world, everyone's healthy. The Eagles aren't even in the top 5 in the NFC.
That doesn't even make sense.
It makes sense to me.
Let me hear. Did you say this right? At the Eagles' best. So Saquon at
I'm
his
taking
best.
in
everyone
the NFC,
at their best. They're not top 5
right now in the NFC. Like
That's
this is going to
crazy.
sound crazy. I'm taking the Dallas Cowboys over the Eagles this year.
I'm not mad at that.
I'm taking the Dallas Cowboys over the Eagles.
I'm not mad at that.
I think right now that the Eagles, they've had this thing where they lose players and they've lost some edge rushers, they've lost secondary players, and they're at that moment
They're
right now.
Dysfunctional as
yeah,
hell,
and they're in the moment at the moment, They're at the moment right now to where they're sitting there going, okay, can we replace some of these edge rushers? They went and traded for
Jonathan Greenard,
and obviously that's a good move, but they've lost multiple guys over the last few years, and like last year, when they lose Josh Sweat and they've lost some edge rushers, they haven't really bounced back to the spot where you're going, oh, yeah, that's it. And then offensively with Jalen Hurts, last year I know it was the A.J. Brown situation, but now you're sitting there relying on a rookie to step up and to be your A.J. Brown. And it's like, I want to see that first. I'm not going to sit here and be like, Mekhi Lemon instantly is going to be A.J. Brown. Do I think Mekhi Lemon's going to be a hell of a football player? Yeah, he is. But I don't know if right away you're like, yeah, he's going to come in and be your A.J. Brown.
They were better. Without A.J. Brown.
Yeah, but the offense just was terrible last year.
Atrocious.
It wasn't even like it was only A.J. Brown's fault.
No, it's not.
It was a dysfunctional
The elephant
offense.
in the room is Jalen Hurts. People don't
For
want to
sure.
talk about how
and we said
limited
that. We
Jalen
said
Hurts
that.
actually
I was
is.
saying this at the end of the season, KG, and people were like, "Oh, you're crazy, Boone." Like,
No,
no,
I'm telling you.
Where do you Flannel was coming on Crunch Time for a little bit,
Shout
and he
out.
was saying like Jalen Hurts should be in the MVP conversation. He should. I'm like, what are you talking about?
not
Like
even,
this offense looks like a disaster with Jalen Hurts at the helm, and he butts heads with players, and there's all these things going on. He can't figure out like they're constantly going through OCs besides Kellen Moore because Jalen Hurts. No one can kind of work with Jalen Hurts when it comes to building an offense. So for me, I think the Dallas Cowboys team fully healthy when you look at the roster, like offensively with CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens. If George Pickens stays healthy and he stays there and he doesn't, with the franchise tag he plays, dude, that's a hell of an offense.
And
man.
that defense got way better.
Way better, dude.
Way
Kenny Clark,
better.
Rashawn Gary, Quinnen Williams. That's just on your D line.
Drafted Caleb Downs.
D Winters, Caleb Downs, like that defense. To me, I'm like, if I had to put a bet on it, the Cowboys win that division this year, and I think it's a fair bet to make. And then for me, I'm gonna put the Detroit Lions at number 3, and I know the Seahawks just won a Super Bowl, but what you have to realize too, the Seahawks did just lose a handful of the players in that secondary. Like Tariq Woolen left, which he was a massive piece to that defense. Yeah. Kenneth Walker left. Like, and I understand they've drafted guys and they made moves, but I think to your point of typically you don't see Super Bowl champs go back to back unless you have a franchise quarterback. I think this is the Seahawks. They're going to be a good team. I don't think they're going to replicate what they did last year. And
but even if they don't, it's still better than the Lions.
No, I think after the pieces that they've lost, I think I would take at their best, healthy. I would go Lions. And then I'm with you at number 2. I know this was a shocking one. When we did the video yesterday, people were shocked at this, and I'm sure the chat's like, "Oh, you're crazy." But I'm with Jeff. I think the 49ers, on paper.
Oh yeah.
On paper, I think the 49ers. Dude,
if they stay healthy, watch out.
They added Mike Evans to that roster, dude. Like, they were already good last year. They just didn't have a wide receiver 1. Now you go, okay, Mike Evans, a healthy Ricky Pearsall, a healthy Christian Kirk. Dude, and they added Drake Greenlaw to go with Fred Warner. That's a hell of a team as well. So I have that, and then obviously at number 1 I have the Los Angeles Rams.
Sounds about right.
I what do you guys think of the two? Like, anything you disagree with, you hate? What do you guys think?
I think I'm more in line with Booners because I kind of had the same mix of teams. When I did my list, I kind of omitted the Seahawks. So if I had to redo it, I'd probably do Rams 1, Cowboys 2, Niners 3, Seahawks 4, Lions 5.
There we go. No Eagles?
No, yeah, because I really think the Eagles are on the way. But from a roster, like, construction standpoint and just the fact of just resume, you might have to put the Eagles in there. But like I said, I did omit the Seahawks. I think they're a better team than what the Eagles, project to be this year. So I would put them in that spot.
Yeah, and I see people saying in the chat, like, we're falling for the Cowboys hype again. Yeah.
No, it's regular season Cowboys is different from playoff Cowboys, y'all.
Yeah.
I expect them to flub in the playoffs like they always do, but I think they got a better chance of getting to the NFC Championship this year more than any other year before.
But and two, what you got to see, like, understand, like, the Eagles have won the division back-to-back years. Who was the team that won it the year before? The Cowboys. Yeah. And then you go back 2 years before that, Cowboys. And then you go a couple years before that, the Cowboys. The Cowboys,
they are regular season darlings.
Yes, they consistently are doing that. And there was that whole stat that in the NFC East, there was since like 2001 or 2002, there was no back-to-back winners. This was the first time that there was a back-to-back winner in that division with the Eagles. I think, again, you're going to see a change in the NFC East this year. And the Eagles kind of going through what they have been offensively. Dude, we can all admit it, dude. They've been restructuring that defense.
Yeah,
they do have like really good pieces in their corners and the interior defensive line and Zach Bond. But outside of that, like, they've been trying to figure out some different pieces defensively. And Howie Roseman, like with the linebacker situation, they've been trying to work this thing out. And that's just one of those ones where it's like, hey, I got to see it. Yeah. I got to see it.
Let's go to break. We get back. We got shit you may not know.
New segment.
It's quite literally what it says. It's shit you may not know.
Stuff you may not know.
Educate me on shit.
That's it. Caleb Zarnik's going to do that when we come back from break. But first, let me tell you about our friends over at Supreme Lending. It's one of the most important decisions you can make, okay? It is. Buying a home is a massive decision, and just like in sports, you always need the right team behind you. That's why it's a big shout out to Supreme Lending. And there's a game changer in all of this, okay? You mention Woodward Sports, you receive up to $500 off your appraisal. It's that simple. They boast a 99% close-on-time rate and a 97% customer satisfaction score. Call the numbers. Talk to Chad and Chris.
Jameer Gibbs, breakout season, loading.
Inside the 5, Gibbs to the end zone, touchdown!
Woodward Sports, the most dominant Detroit sports coverage around.
Some days call for light, others lean bold. What about everything in between? All Day IPA, the easy choice for every day. Citrusy, crisp, refreshing. Flavor you can float with. Light on the hops, big on refreshment. One's great. 2, even better. Brewed with you in mind. No shortcuts, no fuss. Big on flavor, never too much. All Day IPA. Hop into easy.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man-meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Let me tell you guys about Black Rock. If you guys like steak, if you guys like food, if you guys like drinks, go over to Black Rock. You see it there, the blackrockrestaurants.com. Go check it out. They have daily specials, happy hour, and you can call now to book your priority seating. Make sure you check them out. You can literally go there for anything. Watch parties, birthdays, wedding celebrations, and the boys, I think when Lambertini gets that, maybe we go to Black Rock and we crush the beef. We crush the beef. So make sure you guys check Black Rock out today over at blackrockrestaurants.com.
Let's get to it. Shit you may not know. With Caleb Zarnik leading us off. Caleb, explain some shit we may not know.
Look, I'm not here for much, but one thing I can do is I can tell you shit you don't know, and you might not know that today is actual National Cheese Day, and most of the cheese in this country is consumed in Wisconsin and is produced in Wisconsin as well. That could explain why all Packers fans are fat, dumb, and annoying, and that's friendly fire for calling them fat. But fellas, today's National Cheese Day here in America. Got another one here, NBA Finals.
Can we?
We're not going to let the cheese day slide.
Yeah.
What
are we talking about cheese days for?
Guys, can I say?
Look, by the way, go back to your camera real quick. Look how happy you are that it's cheese day.
Oh my God!
Look how happy you are.
At some point, can we just say there's too many days, bro? We got too many days.
There's a day for everything. Look, I bet you if I look up right now, what holiday is today? There's probably like 15 different days.
But I think the most notable one could be National.
It's National Corgi Day today.
Bro,
come on.
There's gotta be someone that says no.
It's also National Hug Your Cat Day. It says here.
I'm not hugging no
By
cats.
the way, quick super chat. Tep Sauce, appreciate the $2. Does Boone say fanny instead of ass?
Yeah, what do you say in place of ass? You say butt.
Butt is a normal word.
Hey, bro, you kicked butt today.
Yeah. Hey, kick some butt.
That guy is butt.
I'll go out there and kill it today, man.
Butt cheeks.
But yeah, cheese day. Yeah, there's got to be a point where we just.
But I feel like cheese is substantial, like enough where you could have a day for it, like National Corgi Day. Like shout out if you have a corgi, but it's like
there's bro. When I was younger, so I'm understanding how this all works. But National Girlfriend's Day.
Yeah.
That's not actually National Girlfriend Day.
I feel like there's like 7 of those.
Well, there's Valentine's Day, there's Sweetest Day, there's Girlfriend's Day. It's
National Girlfriend's Day is for female and their friends. It's like a celebratory. It's like
girlfriend.
So you pulled up one time with some flowers.
No. It happens every year, guys. I don't know what date. Look it up, chat. Check everyone on Instagram. Dudes are posting Happy National or National Girlfriend's Day to my girlfriend.
Not seen a dude post that.
So now we got holidays, and then you look it up, National Girlfriend's Day. It's like, well, females celebrate friends with their friendship with other females. There's too many days, man. We got people celebrating the wrong things. But anyway, that's my rant.
I heard Sweetest Day was exclusive to Michigan.
See,
there's
I don't know.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I've heard. But
we should create.
They don't celebrate it with us. They take our day.
Should we do National Crunch Time Day?
Yeah, I was gonna say we can make it. Let's do it today.
Not today. We got to plan it.
What was y'all first show?
Man, like all time, maybe like February. But we can't wait a whole year though.
That's how days work, literally.
Yeah, but I want one like in the next month. We can have like a full day.
Chuck Brewer, National Hug Your Cat Day.
It's only one cat I'm hugging.
Okay, let's move. And that'll close out National Cheese Day. Go up.
All right,
move on. What do we got, Caleb?
Another one for you guys. Look, Jalen Duren is rumored to get a 5-year, $200 million extension from the Detroit Pistons. Again, that's rumored. That's ballpark. He would be the only player in the NBA to make $40+ million annually without hitting one career three-pointer.
Oh my God.
How do you? No, you know what? No, this one isn't towards me. This is at you three.
Because
you three. He could turn into Bam Adebayo, man. I heard yesterday. Someone in the heavies was talking about Bam Adebayo. It might have been Hefe, or sorry, Jalen Duren. He was talking about Hefe, and he's like, if he just hits it, just adds an easy 15-footer. And Nick brought up, when have we even seen him take a 15-footer where it's like, oh yeah, that looks nice
during the regular season?
He has, but are you like sitting there? You're like, oh, that's really nice.
Well, he shoots a good.
His form is solid.
The free throw percentage is good. So that's why people are like, well, if he can hit it from that distance.
His form ain't the worst, bro.
Yeah. I'm cool. By the way, pay him to 40. I'm cool with that. Yeah. I told you, it's Jared Allen.
You guys are on the stand with this one.
But it's absurd to think otherwise. It really is. Jared Allen's it's Jared Allen plus tax and inflation. That's 40. I'm done. That's a good deal. That's a great deal. I'm cool with that.
Yeah, I think 40 was like less than kind of what we were anticipating too. Like we were talking about like the 45-50 range, and I think we kind of all agreed if it was $40 million, we'd all be happy.
You ain't paying nothing below 40 in this market,
Right.
So
that's a steal,
especially for a 22-year-old All-Star.
You're not doing that.
Yeah, his Supermax went up to 287. He could have got a lot more money. So I'm glad.
Like
they
even
got him at
you,
40.
the skeptic, like trust me, I get it. You can't argue the $40 million. Bro.
No, that's what I said. I said
there's
my
just
limit
nothing
is
there.
40. If they do 40, I'm fine with it because I know the cap's going to go up. Like
Yeah, there you go.
I'm not one of those fans that are like, what is it called, where they just like blinded. I do understand, hey, cap percentage, that's going to go up. Like you have to pay the guy. But if it was that 50 mil, if it was 45, I would be sitting here going, oh my Lord. Like, come on, man.
I hear you.
Yeah.
For a 1 foot jump shot, we're paying $50 million.
Well,
like, that's just
hopefully
not-
we don't have to worry about that.
I hope not.
Hopefully.
We'll see.
What else
There's a
we
lot
got,
of things we hope we don't have to, like the Kerby Joseph knee situation. Now look where we're at with
That's
that.
real hope right there.
That's that one. Oh my Lord.
Yeah, another one here. Let's talk about another young superstar or budding superstar in the NBA. The Spurs lost last night, but Dylan Harper became the youngest player in NBA history at 20 years old with 16 points and 8 rebounds in an NBA Finals game, and he's not even starting. That should be terrifying for the NBA. Yeah, Dylan Harper,
He's
first
a stud.
player.
He was killing.
He's a stud. And also, I'll say this: OG Anunoby, you told me he wasn't starting.
No, he wasn't starting.
He did start.
He did start.
I thought he
did
came off the
start.
bench
No,
yesterday.
he started.
No.
Yeah.
There was, dude, he's having.
Are
like
we
an
sure about this? Can we
No,
confirm?
but during the season there were points where he.
Do we
wasn't
think
starting.
around
And
the is
guess what?
OG Anunoby a star in the league?
Not a star.
Okay,
but
thank you.
He's,
That's all I
he's one
needed.
tier below that.
Spencer, is
OG
OG
Anunoby
Anunoby a star in the NBA?
No.
Yes.
Yeah,
A
thank
star?
you.
No
Thank you.
way, dude.
Not a star.
No
Yeah, I
way
don't
he's
think
a
he's a
star.
star. He's
He's
one
one
tier
of-
below.
he's-
Shout out the perfect dark shirt, by
Thank
the way.
you.
That's fucking fire.
Come
but
on, man.
yeah, no,
He's
he's
not a
one
star.
tier below.
People think if you're not like if you don't have a big name, you can't be a star.
Well, there's stars being like a top 30 player in the
he's
NBA.
a two-way player. He's one of the best defenders in basketball.
It
and he's averaging.
Star is
What is a star? What do we categorize
And almost
a
a
star?
20-point scorer and one of the best defenders in basketball.
Superstar is like
That's
the
a
top
star.
5 player. Then from 6 to like 30, those are stars. Is he a top 30 player in the NBA? No, he's
Yeah,
not.
two-way.
I'll find you 29 players above
you
OG.
can make an argument. He's
Yeah,
top 30.
top 30. You're crazy.
You can make an argument.
He's one of the best defenders in basketball, and he can give you 20 points a game on good efficiency.
I don't know.
So
man.
that's not a star to Booner. A 20-point elite two-way
Devin
player.
Blair said he's a star.
I
turd.
rest my case. That's it.
Starters aren't stars.
No one's saying that. Move on, Caleb. Dylan Harper, though, stud. I will say, absolute stud.
All right, yeah. Last one here.
By the way, Vic, can we talk about the Victor stuff real quick? That man
just
was
him being
big.
a
He was
dog?
bullied.
No, yeah, bro.
Well, the
by
fourth-
Cat though. by
Yeah.
Cat. He was 2 of 12 when Cat was guarding.
He
him.
was dogged.
and we
by
could have
that.
we had the conversation too. Jalen Brunson.
No,
Pistons fans hate to hear. He's really good,
No, he always has been.
and he's the most clutch player in the NBA.
Is he a foul baiter? Absolutely, but he's good.
Yep.
Also.
But so are
He's
like
good
80% of NBA players. So
That
it's
comes
like
with the territory.
No, it
Yeah.
does, but yeah, he barbecue chicken. They
I
asked
hate
in
to
the
say
paint
it.
yesterday.
It's like a thing in this town. It's like don't say anything positive about the Knicks or like, dude, I don't care. That Knicks team won. The Knicks team's really good.
And I'll say this to
and
give
Jalen Brunson's really good.
if you want to give you the argument for the Spurs, like, dude, they played the worst game I've ever seen them play. They lost by 10.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Like, so it's
they
like
just missed shots. They had a lot of opportunities.
I give the Knicks credit, but like the Spurs, like, bro, the way they shot
Spurs
the
were
basketball.
up 15 in the third
Yeah,
quarter.
but they shut, dude. Check like
No,
you had
it
Stephon,
was- yeah.
De'Aaron Fox, and Victor combined were like 14 of like 90.
Yeah,
something.
but again,
and they lost by 10.
Put
so,
into perspective. That's what the Knicks have done defensively to every team they've played in the postseason.
Yeah, but they're not going to shoot that bad.
No, they're not. But it's like saying, "Oh, the Spurs did it." No, the Knicks were playing hell of a defense last night.
Yeah,
in the third and
they
fourth
can defend
quarter.
for sure.
And they're probably, in my opinion, outside of obviously Wemby, the Knicks are the best defensive team in the NBA right now, and that's why that run happened.
Yeah,
because they were beating teams by 40 in the playoffs.
No, I get it.
You don't just see that. That's
Get it.
defense.
But don't count on Wemby having that kind of night again. But
Hefe in the chat said, "Hot take alert: Wemby has buns." This is
All right,
This is,
Hefe.
hey, Hefe.
All
If
right,
you want to
all
have
right.
hot takes, they have you can't have them so unrealistic. People won't take it seriously.
Come on,
Go ahead,
Hefe,
Caleb.
you better than that.
Yeah, last one here. The Tigers, obviously, they won 3 in a row. They swept the Rays. And Tigers catcher Dylan Dingler was at the forefront of that. He stays hot with another homer yesterday, making it 3 in the Rays series and 14 on the year. He is on pace for 36 home runs for a catcher. That would be the franchise record, beating guys out like Rudy York and Lance Parrish. And this kind of goes back to our conversation earlier where we kind of got after it, Booner. Dylan Dingler's a guy. When I say that you are doing
here we
a
go.
quote-unquote full reset or a full sell at the deadline.
Dylan Dingler's a part of it.
No, he's not a part of it. He's not a part of it. He's a part of
Oh,
your
I'm talking
young
about the
core.
foundation.
No,
He is.
He's part of your
You don't
young
get
core.
catchers like him.
No, you're
you
keeping
don't.
Dylan Dingler for sure. But when you're talking about a hard sell, like, okay, Kevin McGonigal, Dylan Dingler. That's it.
No,
Like, that's a good it's a good fair topic.
I mean, we could get into this again, but a hard sell would be just selling off all of your veterans, even if they're valuable to your team right now.
Dylan Dingler's young.
That's what I'm saying.
You said
no.
Yeah, okay. We're not getting into this again. This is a circle of a conversation that gets nowhere.
I think you overvaluing our pieces. That's all. That's all, Boner.
Go. What else we got, Caleb?
Caleb?
That's all I got for today.
Did you see? Can we? We got.
Oh no, we do. I got the
Jalen Brunson,
yeah,
Ross,
I got
we
that.
gotta
I can pull that up real quick.
Please do, dude.
Yeah, Jahmyr Gibbs put this on his.
Oh, I got it for the back wall too. I forgot what y'all was talking about.
I mean, Jalen Brunson, Amon-Ra, St.
What
Brown
do we
comparisons.
think?
I mean,
What do we think?
I mean,
this is, bro. No, no.
It's the Shrek
When I
meme,
saw
dude.
this yesterday, I'm like, y'all stretching it, bro.
Jahmyr Gibbs was going at Amon-Ra about it.
Same skin complexion, kind of similar face, but not really though.
No, they don't look alike.
Nah, not to me. Not to me though.
Do you have the video, Caleb?
There's no video, but I can put
pho-
the picture up on the screen.
You put it on the screen too, so people can see it. Get a closer look. You guys
Yes.
tell me, is this Amon-Ra St. Brown?
Not even
from
close.
another universe. I would say no.
They head shapes is different.
I mean,
Like
it's just
Amon-Ra got
disrespectful.
more of that diamond shape type head.
Yeah.
Like
Amon-Ra's got like a pit bull head.
Yeah, right,
That's what he's
just-
got. He's got
yeah.
that type of head. Like he was built to play football. The way his head is shaped.
Yeah.
Jalen Brunson's got like.
Could Jalen Brunson play football?
No, he's
No.
he's 5'11".
A running back?
No.
I don't think he's quick enough.
He's not fast.
Safety
enough.
corner?
No.
You don't think so? If they were
He's
like
not
tomorrow,
athletic
they were
to
like
that
throw him on
point.
the Giants.
Like he's athletic. He ain't that.
What position would he play?
Running back, but I would say there's probably like off the top of my head, Anthony Edwards could play in the NFL.
Oh, absolutely.
LeBron, obviously.
There's more NBA players that could play in the NFL than NFL in the NBA.
Yeah,
that's a fact.
Like Asar could play. Like he'd be a good corner. Like there's
yeah,
body size and types matter. So
like Isaiah Stewart could come off the edge. Bro.
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean. That's what I believe.
you got to be next level athletic. Though.
Chuck says Jeff Brunson is a foul baiter, but he's a normal baiter, unlike SGA and Harden, who are flopping to sell, no fouls.
Yeah. No, he's crafty with it. He got that little like back bending move. I don't know. It's weird. It's just.
Yeah, he does some of that.
Yeah, it's very
Do we gotta hit another break, boys?
No, we don't. We
Do
just
mailbag?
have the heavies live read.
Yeah,
Let's
subathon.
hit
Shout
that
out to
so we
subathon.
get mailbag here.
Honestly, we could just do it to end the show too. Honestly, if we can just cruise. We really don't need to play commercials or anything.
Yeah, no, we good.
Hey, we'll hit the heavy. We'll talk because by the way, we can talk about the subathon they're doing. Like
Absolutely.
The heavies subathon, June 19th. They're going to be
24 hours
They're going
stream.
crazy. Yeah, they're going crazy. The heavies are dialed in, so you're not going to want to miss that. And we'll talk more about it when we end the stream. But drop your mailbag questions. Drop the mailbag questions. We'll get to those, and I'll read some of the chat as well. Tampa Lions Club says I don't think LBJ could play in the NFL. Too physical a game for him. Here we go with that.
Physical.
LeBron could play in the NFL.
Yeah,
6'8",
LeBron would
280,
be.
bro.
He'd be if he had a 10-year career in the NFL. He'd be a Pro Bowler at some
Yeah,
position.
like either wide receiver or tight end.
Yeah, he would put up numbers
Yeah.
at tight end.
I just love comments like that. LBJ could play the NFL. Like,
Yeah, like, bro. And then maybe he's talking about LeBron now at 40.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure,
probably
for sure.
at
At
40.
40,
you can't.
no, yeah.
But in his prime, you are out your effing mind.
what people forget too. Like in high school, he played football.
Yeah.
At St.
He was
St.
good.
Vincent St. Mary's or whatever it was. He
was
was
good.
great.
His tape is crazy.
They
Like,
said that if he didn't play basketball, he could have just went in the NFL route.
Yeah,
he would have
bro.
been perfectly fine.
If you guys had to put together a starting five for NFL players to make an NBA roster, who would be on your team?
NBA. So
NBA to
NFL
NFL or NFL
to
to
NBA.
I don't know. I would have to think about
yeah,
that.
because
That's
I
too
got to
hard
see
of a
your
question.
skills, bro. Like,
Yeah,
Let me
that's
go.
it's a skill game. Like,
Outside of like
NBA
Keenan Allen, I know is a good basketball player. Like
I was
outside
just
of
gonna
him-
say,
outside
I
of
don't
was
know.
gonna say
I don't know
Keenan
who's
Allen.
like actually
Yeah, I
good.
don't know.
That's
Cooper
a hard
DeJean.
question. That's it. Like who?
I'll
like,
go.
I could go the other way around.
yeah, easily, yeah. But
I like isn't who else is a hooper? There's a quarterback that's like an underrated, like he's nice.
Oh, CJ Stroud.
CJ Stroud.
He's a good basketball player.
There's 3. I think you can get 5.
You could. I just don't know who they are.
Yeah, that's tough.
We saw Amon-Ra on the celebrity.
Craig Reynolds.
Yeah. Craig Reynolds. Netflix.
John Lord, heavyweights versus the Crunch Time Boys in beer pong.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Oh, they don't want no, man.
That'd be interesting. I think we'd be fine.
My day, boy?
Yeah, I think we could hold that up.
Mm-hmm.
That's like not like that. That's one where it's like, yeah, the heavies they could probably drink. Yeah, but like we can too probably, and we could also play beer pong. Like that's not a. I don't think that's a bad question.
Pretty good in my day.
By the way, too, Jeff is always like, "Oh, Booner, you can't chug beer." That's the only thing I can't chug. So if we did like a chug off, I'm not a chugger. I can't.
Yeah, we'd have to have Caleb.
Like in a fat, I could drink
Kool-Aid.
I do, but like if you're like, here,
drink it.
chug this beer.
True, he pours all over himself.
If you're like, chug this beer in less than 5 seconds, I would struggle to do that. But if you're like, hey, let's get a quantity amount, I could do that.
Yeah, you can. You can go the distance.
Quantity,
so
I could
just
compete.
Soft all the way around. You don't.
Well, no, because I could drink
beers.
Quantity, I can though. I'm not quantity.
Charmin.
To be fair, if we just talk about the show, you did say in the show, I don't swear and I don't chug beers.
Pillow salt.
But anyone in the show, I'll drink you in beers, and that's a fact.
Sherbet.
So if you guys are softer than me, and how many beers we can?
No, you would win in the distance.
So that's not soft.
You would win in the distance.
No, so you can drink beers, but you can't chug.
I just can't chug. I just something about it. I don't know what it is. It's like something on my body. It's like it shuts down. Okay. It's like you just can't chug. It's like as soon as I start chugging, KG, boom, 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 boom. Oh, it's done. Like I can't. It's like it's like a faucet. It just shuts the faucet.
Tommy K says, "Who has more TDs this year, Tesla or Laporta?"
It depends on when Laporta comes back.
I would argue Laporta if he's healthy all season.
Yeah.
If they're both healthy.
All season.
If it's a 17-game healthy season thing, both of them, I'm going Laporta. Because Laporta in the red zone is
offense
a
too, Drew
demon, dude.
Drew Petzing, they love the tight end.
Oh, yeah, look at Trey
but
McBride.
But Jared Goff spreads the ball around. So, I mean, there is a chance. I really think Tesla has the chance to be like one of the best slot receivers in the league. But I digress.
This one right here. Will.i.am said, do you think the Lions can make it to the season fairly healthy? I don't know. I mean, we're in week 2 of OTAs. Kendrick Law.
Right. We already got ACL.
Kirby's still not back. And then the quote is, I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know.
No, seriously, if it don't happen this year, because they said in the offseason they changing all this stuff. They going to play starters in the preseason. They not doing joint practices anymore. If you making all these adjustments and you still accumulate a lot of injuries, then now I'm starting to think something different. Like, this is God ordained.
Someone earlier in the show put, like, do they need to change their practice field? Like, do they need to maybe it's
it's so many things you can point to that we can't definitively prove that that's the reason.
It's like the 49ers, that thing that's next to the practice field, that like electrical thing or whatever.
The soft tissue injuries and all that. Yeah,
it's like there people are just how it goes, man. We'll get out of here. Before we do, Caleb, can you tell the people do the heavyweights ad read so we can take care of those guys because they're going to be grinding on June 19th, and then we'll get out.
I'm gonna come rock with them, man. During
I think everyone at some point will be around that stream.
Yeah, Friday, June 19th at 5 o'clock.
Juneteenth.
Keep them on the air Monday 8 to 10. Please keep
them.
Put
it on your calendar. You're in charge of that. Every time you donate, it adds more time to the clock. Woodward Heavyweights Subathon. Chat. You guys hold all of the power. How long will they be stuck on camera? It is completely up to you. June 19th, starting at 5 p.m. on Woodward Sports. Mark your calendar. Let's keep that clock ticking.
Chad, I'm not trying to work Monday. Y'all got to help a brother out. Like, come on, I want to ask for money.
That's what I was going to say. Is there going to be a cutoff if like we have our show?
Hell no. They go as long as the money comes.
So they could be live for weeks.
Yes.
They have to put a cutoff in there, right?
No, ain't no cutoff. Last time they went a whole day, almost 2 days, almost.
So there's no shows on the next day?
Yeah, well, no, but they did it on the weekend, so.
Oh.
Yeah, it was different.
I'll say that's a tough, dude. That's brutal. Shout out to
Did we miss some super chats? John effing Lord said all the super chats we missed. Do we have any?
Just clean them up.
I don't think so. Did we get Randall Smalls, Brendan Sorsby, QB supplemental draft? Thoughts on that?
Oh yeah, we did not get there, but you guys see that's coming up.
He
might be able to get. He's going to be able to play in the NFL, and he's a good quarterback too.
You got to worry about the gambling stuff.
He said he's good.
Clearly, he's got addictions.
He said he's good.
What else we got, Caleb?
I trust him.
Did we get the little Bartney ones?
No,
the,
we didn't.
Yell a bunch of short boys.
Yeah.
Shout out for the
That's
$4.99.
Bartney, man. That's fair.
LeBartney, one more for KG. Dude holds it down.
Shout
Yes,
out,
sir.
man. Much love.
LeBartney, shout out JFL for the best cartoons. I need some more Comrade Maz.
Conrad Max.
And
Gulag.
And LeBartney, shout out Mike G. Shouting out Maz. Shout out Heavy.
This is all.
for the
Shout out this.
$9.99.
Shout out that.
Yeah, shout out LeBartney.
Shout out.
Shout out LeBartney. We love you.
Let's get out of here. Hey,
Stick.
drop a like on the stream.
No, we
Support
said
it.
K Cunningham.
Braylon answered 2 to 4. Heavy's 5 to 7. Look at this guy.
Shout out Stick,
Look at this
man.
guy.
Pimp
Can't
Daddy
forget.
Stick.
Here we go.
That's Jared Goff's brother right there.
Jared Goff. No, Justin Verlander's who used to get back
Justin
in the-
Verlander's
Yeah,
brother.
all the
I could
time.
see it actually.
Yeah. Used to get Verlander all the time.
It's
I know you
Stick,
use that
Ben
one.
Verlander, and
dude,
Justin
yeah.
Verlander.
I know you used that
I
one.
signed fake autographs once.
I signed fake
I didn't
autographs.
want to disappoint the girl. She's like, my dad's gonna be so excited.
It's like one of the memes where you see the picture of the guy that's not the guy. Like,
And then she took a picture. I'm like, your dad's gonna call you a fool. And
Right.
And that was funny for me to think of too. Like when she gets home, like, I bet doesn't. Your dad's like, what?
no, you
That
didn't.
is
No,
Sam.
he's some weird dude.
No, you didn't.
Actually, that's Sam
Stick
6'10".
Verlander.
We'll catch you guys tomorrow, 11 a.m. Until then, peace.
Love you guys.
The next generation of Detroit sports media is here. Crunch Time is back on Woodward Sports. Join Jeff Iafrate and Booner Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Taking Detroit sports coverage to the next level with massive interviews, viral moments, and the best live reactions. Get ready, Detroit. The young guns are taking over. Crunch Time on Woodward Sports.